Check. Good morning. I see the chat is buzzing right now. I don't know where Steak is. It's fucking late. He's a little bitch. He's a little bitch selling parlays. What's up? Steak says, don't forget to link me, brother. Come on, dog. Oh, it never went through. Oh, the link didn't go through. My bad, Steak. The link didn't send. My bad. Just resent. I was wondering where he was. I'm like, this is very unlike Steak. He's never late, you know. And if he's late, he tells you he's late. That is something you can appreciate and respect about a guy like Steak. Greg, forget about it. Forget about it. Listen, I've told you, Greg and I's relationship. Love the guy to death, but holy fuck, we used to do this thing. Greg and I would go to breakfast. We'd pick a new place in the city. About once a month, and we'd meet for breakfast. This fucking guy was using an app called Foursquare. He was still using an app called Foursquare. Nobody used Foursquare. First of all, I'd show up places. You know, I'd get there around, I don't know, 8:45, 9. Greg would waltz in at 9:13. It's like, fuckface, what are you doing? Always late. And then he would use Foursquare, and we'd go to a restaurant or a breakfast place that he'd pick. And the place has been closed for like 6 months. I'm like, Greg, can you just get your head out of your ass? Anyways, good morning, everybody. DGen wanted to talk about the Vikings without Steak. Yeah, that would be funny. DGen just wanted to do a solo show. Not at all. There he is. What's up, Steak? Good morning, brother. How you doing?
Good.
I like the combo, by the way, of the forest green shirt, beige, and black hat. Those are three. I'm being dead serious. Those are three colors that work well together. Love it. Good morning, everyone. Jackson Haas bang. Yep. Fun game last night. In like a weird way. Steak, I got my first sleep score in the 80s in a long time. 84, exactly 8 hours of sleep. I want to say, I think I went to bed in the third quarter. But I'd like to do a quick recap of the game. There are some takeaways and some things to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed it and hit some wagers. I had a nice little barely break-even day on my Pickett. I think I was up 0.22 units thanks to Tua over 1.5 touchdown passes at a plus price. And Shakir in the end zone ended up playing it straight in our touchdown parlay. Unfortunately, Josh Allen sold. Josh Allen is just our kryptonite. He sold us. If you guys followed us last year, we had him in a big parlay against the Chiefs. Yeah. In the playoffs, I think we had four players. I think I put
$9,000 for me.
$9,000 for you. Yeah, it was a big one for me too. I upped my units on that one. I loved it. I think I put $125 to win like 1,700 or something, and I couldn't believe he could not get in. But last night was interesting. From what I saw in the first half, he didn't even really have many opportunities except when he was running and flicked the ball to that third string tight end. He could have lowered his shoulder and taken fucking number 20.
Times. That's what's irritating about Josh Allen. Once you get inside the 5, he could score a touchdown anytime he wanted to.
Yeah, but it's smart. I mean, you don't want to put your body out there and risk injury if you don't have to. He's a quarterback, and shout out to anybody who had over 1.5 touchdown passes. That was Ryan Surra's bet. It was Taylor Matthews' POD. Absolutely free. So great job. Sometimes you don't have to overthink it. We got a little cute. No, we didn't get a little cute. Oh, we did a prop parlay and tried to fade it, but that didn't work. And then what did we say? It was either James Cook or Josh Allen. It was not both. Somebody was going to get fucked. We got fucked. It ended up being James Cook getting in there. The Dolphins covered any number, I guess, except if you got 9.5.
Yeah, I don't think anyone got that.
I think I saw the Bills get down as low as 9.5, or maybe it was just 10. So depending on how late you got it. So kudos there. I already saw Krabs is pounding his chest. He's going to go to war on Behind the Lines a little bit later. I'm going out east after this, so we'll try to tune in on my 2.5, potentially 3-hour drive.
I'd say Krabs deserves it. A lot of people were talking shit on the internet yesterday. I think he deserves to brag about that one.
100%. I think Krabs should just lean into being the villain, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, like he's a contrarian bettor. People don't like contrarian betting, and he's very outspoken, and he's kind of an asshole if you're on the other side of him. Kind of like how I think Beeve should just lean into being a fucking shithead burner. But my one issue when I listen to Behind the Lines is when Krabs and Javon act surprised because they have haters. There's no surprise. You're confident in your plays. You take the contrarian route, which everybody hates. You either look like a genius or you look like an idiot. But if people chirp you, it's like, I don't get it. Why do we have haters? Why are people chirping? If someone's on the opposite side, you tell them they're an idiot. So you kind of like start a war. You got to expect war, no matter the outcome, if that makes sense. I think in our old age, we play a little nicer in terms of like, listen, if we're on one side, but you're on the other, one of us is going to win. Good luck, rather than try to battle you out for it. I think maybe we used to have that in us years ago, and they're younger cats, so I don't blame them, but I don't have the stamina for that. To battle people in the chat. You got that look on your face. You do?
No.
I was gonna say you don't.
I hate arguing with people, dude. I hate arguing. I love talking sports. I hate when it gets to the point where you just strongly feel how you feel and I strongly feel how I feel. And it's like, I'm not changing your mind. You're not changing my mind. Sometimes to me, it becomes a little bit like two people on opposite ends of the political spectrum. It's like, I'm not changing your mind. You're not even listening to me when I talk. I'm not listening to you when you talk. I don't care what you have to say, but I love just talking sports. I do also like hearing the opposite point of view, but I don't like arguing back and forth.
No, I can't do it. But again, like Johnny Gintana, I love Johnny. He goes after people nonstop. He's got the stamina.
I think he lives for that shit.
Oh yeah. I think I had a little of that in me in my late 20s, maybe even early 30s. I kind of, when I started the Degenerate account, I think I went to war a little bit with people, but then I just ran out of steam. And there's just so much you can do to try to change someone's opinion, a stranger on the internet who you've never met before. So it's just not worth it. But
here's what I think is a perfect example. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're good.
On that leans NFL leans tweet I post, I have like 200 bookmarks, right?
Yeah.
If I go 1-5, somebody's going to come back and chirp me. But you know what won't happen? If I go 5-1, no one will say a fucking word.
Oh, absolutely not. There was a time when I think it was 2 years ago when I started week 1. I think I went like 7-1, and my tweet got like, I don't know, 170 likes or something. I don't know if you could see the views at the time, and it did okay. But then the following week, I think I went like 1-8. That engagement, it was like 5x.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
5x. So people love to tell you that you're ass and everything. So, anyways, neither of us had a real strong opinion on the side or total last night. Just played a few props. Nice job on the Malik Washington rushing yards.
Somebody, my reads were pretty bad yesterday.
Yeah.
He didn't have a catch.
Dude, your Dawson Knox tweet was absolutely hilarious in hindsight. I mean, it was a great tweet to start.
In hindsight, it's the funniest tweet ever. I will say this. Quite a few people responded and said it's not Dawson Knox, it's Jackson Hawes. Those people know ball.
Your tweet got 140,000 views, 125 likes, 51 bookmarks. And this was great because I could totally see this happening. I'm going to tell you what's happening tonight. You and your boys will be at the bar and you're going to all nuke Dalton Kincaid over yards, receptions, whatever. Dolphins have allowed 11 catches, 150 yards, 10 ends, 2 games. Then you're going to see a big-ass white dude built like Josh Allen catch a 17-yard pass to the middle. You're going to start cheering and high-fiving. Then that one guy that just loves to kill the mood is going to be like, wait, that's not Dalton Kincaid. That's Dawson Knox. Every time I saw a big white guy catch a pass, I was waiting to say, that's got to be Dawson Knox this time. And every single time, I think it was Dalton Kincaid.
Beeb nailed it when he said they lined him up at fullback. They did line him up at fullback, and I was like, oh, yeah, we're fucking cooked. This guy isn't sniffing a football today.
That was pretty funny. Thanks for coming to the Degenerate Hour on the Picket YouTube. We had 120 plus in there. That was awesome. You guys are great. Looks like we got a pretty packed house early too. Fridays are usually our slower streams, but we had to switch things up a little bit today. We usually do, I think we do NFL Tuesday, college Wednesday, and then I forget what we do Thursday. But anyways, we'll figure out our schedule a little bit. But we couldn't stream Wednesday, so we jammed everything in on Tuesday. Then yesterday we talked NFL. Greg joined, so we're a little late with college. We like to do like our board review and then polish it up with our best bets video that we put on YouTube later, which we've been doing every week. I think what we're going to do here, especially since I got to head out after this, we're just going to download this video. We'll upload it to YouTube because I think there are some people who still just watch the videos that don't realize it's a live stream. So our best bets video will essentially be what we do now. But we did send out the newsletter. We have our bets. I know where I'm going. So I think this will be less of like a let's find out and more of a this is what I like and why.
I kind of love this, to be honest. I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, I have taken in so much information about this college football board this week. Like, doing it Friday morning honestly sounds kind of awesome.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we could tweak it up. We can change up the schedule if we need to. The season is still young, but it's gonna fly by in a fucking jiffy. Jiff, fly by in a jiff.
That's
Jiff. Why did I say? What is Jiffy? Why did I say Jiffy? Jiffy Lube?
Yeah, there's Jiffy Lube.
Jiffy
peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Yeah, I'm like, wait, I'm thinking of another Jiffy. I absolutely sprayed. Love that. Michigan Moneyline POD. I cannot wait to talk about it. What's up, Hernan? What's up, everybody? You guys are fucking buzzing in the chat. My wife is on a corp call in a room, so I do have to keep my voice down a little bit, by the way. Don't mean to bring the vibes down or anything. ETN, TD, Trevor ETN, TD, 20-1. Toby, interesting. What's up, Proper Padge? Ray's Jolly. Jonesy was taken. WDJ and W State. Good to see you in here.
Who's Trevor ETN play for?
I have no idea. I can still crank a prop talk, by the way. I'm just going out east in a I'm just hanging out in a house. So as long as the Wi-Fi is good, we'll get up early and we'll get it going. Great call, Malik Washington, rush yards. Krabs definitely is everybody's cup of tea. No, he's not. I enjoy it though. And like I said, I think he should just lean into being the arrogant prick villain on sports betting Twitter. We kind of need one.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, Toby. Trevor Etienne sucks ass.
What team is he on?
I can't believe he's in the NFL. He's in the Panthers. He's on the Panthers. He went to Florida first, and then he transferred to Georgia, and he was good nowhere. And fuck that guy.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Panthers, what's up, Nathan Richard? Chat is absolutely on fire today. This is amazing. 10:14 in the morning. YouTube and Twitch. Shout out YouTube. Hey, like the stream while you're at it, YouTube. We appreciate it. It's good for the algorithm. We need to pick our touchdown partners. We didn't do that.
Yeah, I know we do. And honestly, I think we have to pick for Greg too. So I don't think
Greg can pick.
But can he? Because it needs to be someone here in the chat. You know, like I don't want a pluck out fucking guy in the cornfields or Cam is money or not
Greg,
made Matt.
Yeah, but Greg is not in here all the time, so he only has like 5 or 6 guys that he's probably.
That's why I think we need to pick for him today, and that's awesome. Easy Puck, have a good time. I actually think that's going to be a really fun game.
Yep, that'll be a good one. The one day I'm not here, you dumbasses.
No, that's not true, Fat Girls. We didn't stream yesterday. Okay,
so I've picked Beeve and I've picked Brinks. We are 4-0, hitting every fucking week. Team D-Gen is on fire. You have picked. Who have you picked?
Snide
and Hovey.
And Hovey, and I'm 1-3.
1-3. The only one you hit was a -175 Chase Brown touchdown. Nice job, Hovey. I'm just kidding. Greg has picked who?
Corn and Fat Girls.
Corn and Fat Girls. Now, did we set a rule in place to where we can't pick anyone again? Like if you picked someone, I can't pick them?
No, we can use each other's teammates. I don't think it sounds very fun during week 3, but eventually, like, we're going to be down in week 17, and maybe you'll want to use somebody, you know?
Yeah. DJ due for regression. Come it up, bitch. I dare you. All right. Do you have anybody in mind right now that you might want to pick?
Yeah, but start talking in the chat if you want to be a part of this.
Yeah, let's see some volunteers. I kind of have an idea of somebody who I would take, but
I think we should go.
I actually might want to save him.
I have advice for today. And this is just, if you agree, you can say it. I think we should go for people in this chat more like that are chatty all the time, more so than like Twitter personalities. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, 100%. All right, I know who I want. I want Jonesy was taken.
Okay, I want Auto Gelato.
Yep, that's who I want.
So for Greg, I think it's completely fair we slap somebody with Greg.
Let's give Greg Alan Dims.
No, I can't do it.
I know.
He's not even here. I have a good one for Greg. Want to hear it?
Chewy.
Aloha Bets.
That is a very good one.
Okay. Aloha Bets and Greg.
Here's what I need.
Auto Gelato, you, Jonesy was taken.
Auto Gelato, DM Steak. Jonesy was taken. DM me. I think I follow you on Twitter. If I don't, though, I absolutely will, obviously. Yep. Tell Greg he's with Aloha Bets. Jonesy, if you want to be biased and go with the Steelers player, I got no beef, straight up. But we have a reputation to uphold because we're on fucking fire. Team D-Gen touchdown scorers do not miss. All right.
Is Aloha Bets here? I think I saw him earlier. Yep, there he is. Perfect. Cool. Aloha Bets. I just told Greg you were going to DM him.
This is who I think I'm saving.
That I'm using him next week. I was going to pick him this week, but then after I
You're
said that,
such a bitch, dude.
Well,
You're such a bitch.
No, I'm not. You can't even sit here and say I try to steal your bitch, Kev. No shot. Kev's my guy.
I could have said this is who I'm saving. You said I'm taking him next week. That's what
you don't deserve Kev, dude. You do not.
Which D-Gen person took Allen TD? Oh, Steak did.
I took Allen TD. I took Allen under 1.5 touchdown passes, and I took Dawson Knox over receiving yards.
Listen, get it out of the way early. Nobody's going to remember these. Get it out of the way early. And I'm confused. Did Beeve have a good night or did he have a bad night? Because he hit his the big play. I heard him on Ramble, by the way. He said Sandy was the one that found that bet and said this is such a Beeve Honda Civic Mega Max, and he wasn't even going to do it. But then it was served up to him on a silver platter. And not that I'm taking anything away from Beeve because you still have to approve it. I think we got to give Sandy a little credit.
Yeah, good W Sandy. Good find
by Sandy. Good find. And also he's been an idiot better with the Dolphins, and he went back to him.
Yeah.
Wasn't horrible, wasn't great. Got it. Sandy definitely deserves credit. Right. W Sandy. And I give Sandy credit for also leaning into and being transparent of being a rat shit better. It takes balls to put yourself out there, especially when you're not doing well. We know it all very well. Okay. I think we can get into it. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited.
Let's do it. All right. We got 110 in Twitch. We got 35 in YouTube. Again, thank everybody for joining us on a Friday morning. I don't necessarily have a hard stop, but I think we'll have plenty of time to get through the board here on college football week 4. Aside from recapping anything else last night, I did just want to touch on the fact that there was a college football game. I believe it was Rice -2.5 on the road against Charlotte. Charlotte seemed like the sharp play, especially after burning everybody. I think they were, well, not burning everyone, but I want to say they got their ass kicked at App State at home. They got their ass kicked to UNC at home. It definitely looked like the spot. If I was to play it, I probably would have leaned Charlotte. Rice covered, right? Yeah. And the game squeaked over.
Did it squeak over?
Yeah, I think so. It went over, yeah. Great question. BJ and the DGen, when are we getting more volume in the newsletter or keeping it to one play each in NFL and college? Phenomenal question. This, in my opinion, was the last week of keeping it tight. The last week. So we're trying to be a little bit smarter and not necessarily like lead by example or anything. I mean, we're not trying to be role models, essentially. Like if we liked 7 plays on the board, there would be 5 minimum in the newsletter. Steak and I actually disagree on quite a bit. So there was like 2 or 3 others we thought about putting in there. But we aren't aligned and we're not going to force it. So we really we were what were we, Steak? Were we 0-2 in the first week and then we were 2-2 last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, with a fucking, the whatever. No bad beats, but that under and Ole Miss Kentucky will haunt me for a little bit. But we're trying to get right and then lean into that and get more winners than losers. So I know it's not fun, but we'll be putting out more. The newsletters will typically have 5 college plays as opposed to 3, 5 to 7. And then the NFL ones will have our best bets. So that's 3. Typically we'll start adding in a total and then one more side that we all agree on. Okay, let's get into it. First game on the slate. Well, we've got some games tonight. Let's talk about them. Tulsa is 10 at Oklahoma State. This is an interesting spot because I think both of these teams just got their fucking doors blown off. Well, not just, but Tulsa was 14-point dogs at home against Navy. They lost 42-23. I really didn't hate that wager because before that, they went on the road to New Mexico. They were 3.5-point favorites. They lost outright. I kind of like when a team is in a look-ahead spot, they lose, and then they come back and come through the following week. Por ejemplo, West Virginia. They lost as 3.5-point favorites on the road to Ohio. Came back, won outright against Pitt. Did not hate a Tulsa wager. I saw some of our friends on them. Now they're playing an Oklahoma State team that is coming back off a bye after getting their ass kicked by Oregon, 69-3. I mean, that is like a monumental, generational beatdown for a Power 4 school. I don't know what to think about this game. It's 54.5 as a total. I think Tulsa's been getting money, Steak. I haven't been watching this line like a hawk. I don't know if you have, but I think Tulsa was 11.5. Let me see if I can pull up. Wager Talk is saying Oklahoma State was 14.
I believe that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's there, but it was close. Probably 12.5. So they're taking money. Like I said, the total's 56.5. That's moved down 2 points to 54.5. You got any read in this game?
Well, not really, and I'm not betting it, but I will say I do think there's value on Tulsa. I even think there's value on Tulsa money line, just because I think Oklahoma State is really, really bad. They opened the year at Tennessee Martin. The only reason I remember this game is because I bet them, which is stupid. Yeah. And they put up a quick 14 points, and I was like, oh, okay, like this team was expected to be awful. They had like a 4-way competition for the starting quarterback job. It ended up being Zane Flores, who was a true freshman, and they put up a quick 14. I'm like, okay, at least they can move the ball against UT Martin. So maybe we'll be okay here in Oklahoma State. They were awful after that. They had a field goal in the second quarter only, a field goal in the third quarter only, and a late touchdown. They completely stopped moving the ball against FCS UT Martin, albeit I'm pretty sure that's a really good FCS school, but I don't care. Mm-hmm. Then they go and follow it up, losing 69-3 to Oregon, which it's still Oregon, but it's 69-3. It's like epically bad. And I don't know. I really don't think this team should be 10-point favorites against anybody. So I don't think there's like a sharp side or a square side. I bet you pull up Pickett right now and there's not that much money wagered on this game, but I think there's value on Tulsa. Sure.
You think there's value on Tulsa despite even after the line move. I don't hate what you said. Just leaning into Oklahoma State being really, really bad. There was something, I'm sure one of our ball knowers, Kyle in the Whaler, what the hell are you doing in Twitter? We're going to go to Twitch and YouTube. We need you in here. Get over to YouTube, watch an ad, give us a nickel. UCLA versus UNM vibes. Oh, yeah. I like that. So here are the Pickett splits. And sure enough, oops, that's the wrong button. Hold on. By the way, nobody's really talking about it, but I haven't worn my wrist brace at all this week.
Yeah, no one is talking about it.
Yep, no one does that. All right, 79% of the bets, 81% of the money. A lot of love for Tulsa. A lot. Not a whole lot of wagers in this game. $190,000 in volume, 5,500 bets. Not going to overlook it in terms of the splits, but kind of with you on this. In the offseason, I want to say there was a clip of Mike Gundy talking about how every position on the team is open. He had like all new guys. There were like no returning starters. Do you remember that or something?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, a 4-way
media day
for quarterback is insane. Mike Gundy is old man yelling at cloud. Needs to just fucking hit the lake and start feeding the pigeons bread. Wrap it up. He's fucking cooked.
Hasn't played football in a year. Who's he talking about?
I don't know. Sorry, I didn't see the comment.
Yeah, I don't know what Matt's talking about either. Sure enough, sounds like Chernoff. DGen's obsessed with him. I don't know what he's talking about. Back to bed. I think if you like both dogs tonight, you go 1-1.
Rutgers and Tulsa.
And then called out Danning for his $100 million roster. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. We can move on from this game. I'm not going to be playing it. Let's go to Iowa Rutgers. Fun game here for everybody in Piscataway, New Jersey. If anybody's going to the game, I know Easy Puck said he is. That'll be a good time. And it'll be a good time because I feel like Iowa and these other Big Ten schools, anytime you get like a Wisconsin or an Iowa in there, not like a Penn State, you don't want too big of a school, but a team that you might actually have a chance to take down, that's got to be fun. So Rutgers in this game against Iowa is looking like they are a +1.5 dog. You can get 2.5 at BetMGM -105. Iowa's a really short favorite. I mean, man, this is just not your granddaddy's Iowa. Or is Rutgers starting to get better? They're 3-0 on the season. They're 2-1 ATS. They've got wins. They're starting the year like fucking like Michigan and Penn State. At home, 4 games in a row. You got Miami of Ohio. I'm sorry. Ohio, they beat 34-31. Ohio's a good squad. Miami of Ohio, they beat the fuck out of 45-17. And then Norfolk, 60-10. Offense is putting up points. They're flying around. Caliac McManus, whatever his fucking name is, the Greek freak from Minnesota, playing some decent ball. Quarterback for a quarterback at Rutgers. So I don't know. I don't know if Rutgers is a duping here, Steak, because Does anybody really like Iowa?
In this game, maybe. In this type of game, like, let's be honest, Iowa beats these type of teams.
So Iowa's 2-1. The only team they really played that's worth a shit is Iowa State, and they lost 16-13. They did cover or push, depending on what number you got, as 3-point dogs. They beat Albany. They did not look good, 34-7, but then they tightened up a little bit after that Iowa State game against Massachusetts at home and put up 47. So that's good. That's what you want to see if you're Iowa. Now, here's a question. I have told you this from the fucking get-go about this Gronowski guy. He ain't very good. Or let me rephrase that. He might be good. He's not ready for Big Ten football. Iowa scored 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. And it looks like, who the fuck is Spencer Anderson?
Is that a backup Iowa quarterback?
I don't know, but he caught 2 touchdowns in a span of 6 minutes back to back. So Gronowski and the Iowa offense scored. Wow, they had a really nice first quarter. They had 22 first downs. Gronowski against Massachusetts, 16-24, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns. Didn't really run for much, but I hate to tell you this. Something I do think about Gronowski and this Iowa team, I think he's going to get better as the season goes on. Not better as in being, ending the year 9-3, but better as in being more competent, scoring more points, putting together better drives. I think Rutgers is a team they can beat, and I think it's a team they do beat. I think I like Iowa.
Okay. Why can't I like the over, I guess would be my question. Like, why can't I like the over? I know it sounds nasty when you just push it away and say Iowa at Rutgers just seems like such a nasty under game.
Mm-hmm.
Rutgers scored 60 against Norfolk. Who cares? Miami of Ohio, they dropped 45 on them. Wisconsin only scored 17 against Miami of Ohio, if you give a shit. And they scored 34 against Ohio, which isn't a joke at all. West Virginia only scored 10 against Ohio. And fucking Ohio State had 23 through 3 quarters against Ohio State. Ohio. I got tricked up with Ohio and Ohio State. Ohio State only had 23 points through 3 quarters against Ohio. Mm-hmm. And they weren't scoring at all on their end. So Ohio State offense was on the field plenty and not scoring at will. So I just think you got to like this Rutgers offense. And I know me and you kind of came into the year saying, like, the best Callie McManus can be is a game manager. He's slinging it around. And then the other end, you don't like Gronowski. I don't really either, but he's getting better every week. And I don't know, man. 31 points from Ohio. I just feel like Rutgers isn't impossible to score on. I could see this being a game where Gronowski throws for a touchdown or 2, runs for 1, runs for 50 yards, moves the ball good enough to get this game to be 24-27 or something like that. I kind of like both offenses tonight, to be honest.
If I like Iowa, I can't like Rutgers to put up points. So I disagree with you there. Iowa's defense still made Rocco Beck look pedestrian. Mm-hmm. Held Iowa State at home to 16 points. I got to give them their credit. I know somebody said, oh, UMass has a hell of a defense. It's not even necessarily about the competition. It's just you want some exhibition games, that all these other big schools get. All these other big schools, Penn State gets to play fucking Villanova, patty cake. Tighten up, tune up until you play Oregon. I like that Iowa's already been tested on the road. And then they've had a game after to get right, and they did. They did exactly what you wanted them to do. They could have not. They could have still been struggling, still looked bad, like they did against Albany in the first half, but they didn't. They got right. I think Gronowski and this Iowa offense is going to be something to keep an eye on. I think they're going to get better, and I kind of want to lean into maybe taking them on the team total. It's to get cute play. I'm not totally against stake on this because at the same time, even though I think if I like Iowa, I like their defense, I don't know that I want to fade Rutgers directly. Like Rutgers is rolling,
Yeah, I don't either. That's kind of why I like the over.
Yeah. Hey, don't doubt the Penguins. Who the fuck is that? Took Rutgers at 40 in Robinhood prediction markets. Mitchell Sherrick. Is that real? I don't even know what that means. Ohio State played Youngstown State 3 years ago. Antoine Raymond of Rutgers going to run all over them. Just ran a duck race. Iowa money line. Very funny. So if you look at the splits here, this is interesting. Heavy on Iowa, at least on the money line. A little bit more, a little bit sharper on the spread here for Rutgers, and then the total is right down the middle. I'm going to go to odds here. What is the Iowa team total?
Well, we're at 45.5. Probably, if I had to guess, 24.
23.5 minus 120 to the over. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Aloha, for sharing the Pickett links. Go follow us on Pickett. Download Pickett. Track your wagers. Hope you guys have a green calendar. Mine's okay. My September is okay. Appreciate you guys joining us. Also, while you're here, go and subscribe to the newsletter. We did send that out this morning. Yes, we will be having much more volume in those plays. We just want to get a slow start, get our feel, get our groove, and then we're going to be spraying. You only get one football season. You got to have some fun. You got to make the most of it. Total looks historically high for Iowa Rutgers. I don't disagree. In Texas, no legal betting and haven't found a great bookie yet. So through Robinhood. Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know you could do that. I thought you had to do just like Polymarket and Kalshi. I gotta get familiar with those. Yeah. Listen, I know I'm a boomer, but I'm a big like adapt or die guy. I'll get with the times. I'll figure it out. I don't even have Profit X downloaded, but I'll figure it out. Okay. Let's keep moving. So that's it for tonight. As of right now, my only play was Iowa team total. What's your favorite play tonight between these two games? In which one?
Oh, Iowa, Rutgers. I don't think I'm playing the Tulsa game.
Okay, not a small play on Tulsa, just to see if you're right on money line. No,
yeah, maybe a quarter unit on the money line. Yeah, I might fuck around.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about a game. I love this. Some of these games in the noon slate here on Saturday. First one up, TCU at SMU. TCU looks like they're laying 7. Total 62.5. This is one of our best bets. We're going to be on the under. Steak, this stood out to you at first, and then I fully came around to it. This looks like a low total. They wrote about it in the newsletter, but when you think it's SMU and TCU, you think of a lot of points. Last year they played, SMU won 66-42. Not to mention, look what they've done this year. SMU has put up 45 at home when they played against Baylor. Really the only team I think that they played that was worth a shit, even though they did have a scare against Western Michigan the week before that. Oh, wait, no, I don't know if I'm talking about the right team. Am I? No, I'm not talking about the right team. I'm sorry. Take that out of the equation. And then TCU, what have we seen them do? Just put up 40-40 in both games they've played. And then week 1, they came out at UNC and beat the piss out of the Tar Heels on the road, put up 48 points. And as much as I love Josh Hoover, I took the TCU team total over in that game. Their defense and their special teams made plays. It wasn't even really all offense. I think TCU's got a good squad. I like Sonny Dykes. I love Josh Hoover. I'm on TCU as my little small long shot to win the Big 12 plus 850. Nothing too crazy. And over their win total. So I'm already invested. Cash it for them to win the game. I do like them in this spot, but we like the under. Total looks low. And I think it's quite telling. And there might be something there with this TCU defense. They allowed 21 to Abilene Christian, but they took their foot off the gas there. Those points came late. And they only allowed 14 to UNC. 7 was on the first opening scripted drive of the season.
And then the other 7 was to the backup quarterback.
Yep. Max Johnson came in. So I am I'm in on this under, and I'm just going to hope that TCU adds a win towards that win total. Steak?
So, I mean, I originally thought, wow, TCU minus 6.5 was really telling. And I think if we would have said this before we watched any football this year, and I said, oh, week 4, by the way, TCU will be almost a touchdown favorite against SMU, you would have said, that's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know if I can believe that. Minus 3.5 at home, sure. Pick them on a neutral, sure. But minus almost a touchdown is crazy. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, okay, well, how do we get there? We believe in the TCU defense. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody thinks that TCU is going to win this game 40-31, 40-32. That's not how they're going to get here. The way TCU covers a 6.5 point spread, which I actually think they'll do, is by playing good defense against Kevin Jennings, which Baylor didn't do, but Baylor isn't capable of it. Baylor had to win that game in the shootout, and they almost didn't. But he's playing, right? Easy puck?
Kevin Jennings? Right? He's hurt. Yeah, because I saw this line somewhere at 4.5, and it got bet up to 7. So I'm wondering if that's steam based off of the
No, yeah, I knew he was banged up, but yeah, he's playing. Okay, got it. I was gonna say I'm way off if he wasn't playing. But yeah, that's I like TCU in the under, which I guess also means I like SMU team total under.
Yep. Sad I missed touchdown teammates chatter. That's okay. It's every week. It's a young season. We'll get to everybody. I guarantee it. Yep. Jonesy, don't forget to DM me, and Aloha Bets DM Greg, and Auto Gelato DM Steak, so we can get rolling and brainstorming on that. Okay. By the way, if you're in Twitter, we're going to go to Twitch and YouTube. Hop in. I just tweeted the links. You can find us. Come support us on the page that we monetize on. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I'm with you. SMU team total under would be a cheeky play that I'm all for. It's gonna be the Frogs defense that nobody sees coming. Stunning loves running up versus former team. Ooh, last game they played.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's just a good point. Like maybe that's another reason why I would lean more towards SMU team total under, but I still do really like the game under.
Last time they played in TCU 2 years ago, TCU won 34-17. Okay, let's keep moving. Quantitative, good morning. He said, are we showing the covers board? We are now, motherfucker. All right, Arkansas on the road against Memphis. I thought about liking Memphis in this spot, but now I think it's kind of a duping. We hit Memphis Steak. That one was all you. Great job. One of our newsletter plays last week, -3.5 against Troy. Liked fading Troy in that spot after coming off that game against Clemson where they had a chance to win. And also was just a really good spot for Memphis. Their quarterback is like a fifth-year senior. He's bounced around a little bit. He's pretty experienced. And now they come back home and they got an Arkansas team that just played their ass off against Ole Miss, but lost. They covered, but they lost. This is a weird spot for Arkansas because they just lost at Ole Miss, and then they got Notre Dame on deck next week. Listen, I think Memphis is a good enough squad to where you can't, not to mention they're 3-0 and 3-0 ATS. You can't come into this game and sleepwalk. You can't overlook your opponent. So if you like Sam Pittman, there's a reason to probably think Arkansas is going to come in here pissed off that they lost that game against Ole Miss and want to be playing their best form of football going into the game against Notre Dame. You could say that. I just think regardless, bird's eye view, this is a really, really tough spot for Arkansas. For that reason, I'm not going to play it, but if I was, I'd probably be on Memphis with the points here. Steak?
So would I. I think Memphis might be benefiting in the second week in a row from a weird spot because, like we said, Troy was a weird spot. They were almost favored to beat Clemson at some point in that game, and we nailed that at least. Troy comes out sleepy as fuck. They don't look like they want to be there playing Memphis. Does Arkansas want to be in Memphis playing Memphis? Like, yeah, you can't overlook them. They're a solid team. I agree. I like Memphis, but you just had that fucking shootout with Ole Miss, and then you got to go play Notre Dame. You're telling me they're really fucking geeked up to play this one? It just feels like another weird spot. I haven't been doing great with sandwich spots. Obviously, I took Temple last week, which is an awful bet. But given the fact that I actually think Memphis is really good, I like the quarterback, the fact that I don't think he makes a lot of mistakes and he's experienced. They're at home, and this spot's so weird for Arkansas. I'm real tempted to press Memphis, man. I honestly think I might get there.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Javon really likes Memphis. We like to hear that. What's up, Crizzy Betts? How you doing? By the way, I saw Esto said he's been rocking with us for a year. I saw that sub bang. Esto, 13 months. Appreciate you. Joey Dumps in here as well, 2 year. And Tilt JN. Sorry, I missed your sub bang yesterday. We appreciate all the subs. Thanks, guys. Unfortunately, we were 1 week early on Temple. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, this is the thing. Sometimes there are those obvious sandwich spots, and they're not. Listen, nothing is 100%. It's not a foolproof system, but I'll tell you, a weird feeling that I'm getting here is almost like Arizona State, Mississippi State, where I started to think, I was like, man, I love Mississippi State here. It's a weird spot for Arizona State, but then I was like, maybe Arizona State that's actually a lot of respect for them to lay on the road against an SEC opponent. And I laid off, and look what happened. Mississippi State not only covers, but they win outright. This could be a spot for Memphis to do the same. So the one thing that kept me off Oklahoma was John Mateer is fucking legit. The one thing that is keeping me off fading Arkansas is I think this Taylor Green guy is a pretty damn good quarterback. You agree?
Yes, I do. And Crutch is saying this game will have 70 points. I can't say it give any pushback on that or disagree with that whatsoever. I could definitely see it being just like last week.
Well, Arkansas was scoring at will against Ole Miss, even though they lost, only put up 35. They were moving the ball at will. I guess I shouldn't say scoring, but Ole Miss was doing whatever they wanted with a backup quarterback. So, yeah, I don't blame you. All right, we got another best bet here in the newsletter. Army against North Texas. North Texas 3-0, 2-1 ATS coming off a fucking ass whooping against Washington State. You know they were fired up. This is the Western Michigan look-ahead spot I was referring to earlier. They went on the road against Western Michigan. You know they couldn't wait to get home and play a Pac-12 opponent like Washington State at home. They were 7-point favorites. They beat them 59-10. Who wants to fade the mean green right now? Probably nobody except us. Well, I wouldn't say that. Maybe some people do, but we're going in with Army, and we're going to find out. Listen, it might not be an Army team as good as they were last year with that bad motherfucker, the running back that transferred to Arizona State, and then Bryson Daly, who was awesome at quarterback. Guy could run and throw. But I like Jeff Monken enough as a head coach. And what I love about this game has nothing to do with the spread. It's not a line read, none of that bullshit. Army started the year losing outright to Tarleton State, 14-point favorites. They lose 30-27, I believe. Embarrassing. What do they do the following week? They go on the road as 17-point dogs, and they beat Kansas State outright. Was it a look-ahead spot? I don't know. Nobody will ever know. But I like how they responded, and that's all I needed to see. They got a bye week, and then they have their second home game of the season after losing to Tarleton State. I think they're going to give a much better performance at home against North Texas, and we like them to win the game. Steak?
Me too, yeah. I'm comfortable saying I believe Army is more the team that played Kansas State than they are the team that played Tarleton State.
Well said.
Impressive win by North Texas. Washington State is bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like Army here at home, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Here's a game I want you to go ahead and talk about. We almost put this in the newsletter last second. We kept it out. Kansas State hardly beat North Dakota. Yep. Fully understand.
Kansas State's bad. I'm 100% there with you. Kansas State is bad. It's still a good win for Army, though.
Great win. It's a great win. Okay. Next game up, Wisconsin. 10-point favorites against Maryland. Holy shit. Steak, you tweeted about this game. I think you got some pretty good feedback from it. Here are the splits. Looks like a lot more bets on Maryland with the spread, but the money is hitting Wisconsin. I don't know if it's an injury, if it's injury related or what. We're not going to play that game. You like the Badgers a lot here. Tell me why.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. It's stupid because it's stupid. It's stupid to like the Badgers a lot here, just like it was stupid to like UCLA when I did. And I want to mention that, like, the only and I'm just being completely honest, the only reason I like the Badgers is because this line is insanely telling to me. But I'm 0 for 1 on trying to be a line read guy this year, and it was a really bad loss because I bet UCLA minus 15.5, and they lost outright to New Mexico. Or was it New Mexico State? I forget. It doesn't matter. So I did make a tweet. It got a lot of love. And a lot of the comments were, who trusts Maryland to go into Camp Randall with a freshman quarterback on the road? They're historically bad in the Big Ten. Billy Edwards is back. He used to be the quarterback at Maryland. There's a lot of reasons to like Wisconsin. It's just, to everybody who said that, I wonder if they realize that Wisconsin is 22-32 in their last 54 Big Ten games. They're fucking bad too. Like, Maryland has been bad in the Big Ten, no doubt, but they finally got this quarterback, 4-star kid everyone likes. And I just really was shocked by this line. Like, I think this is one of the most shocking lines of the year. And yeah, I'll probably go with the line read again, but it could be really stupid.
Yeah, look, listen, this is usually our style. The bets that you don't want, the uncomfortable wagers is how we typically roll. We're having to kind of change it up a little bit because it hasn't been working so much. But I get it. I don't know who. I don't think Wisconsin should be favored by 10 against fucking anybody.
Because people were saying when they put Danny O'Neal in that Danny O'Neal was better than Billy Edwards. Now Billy Edwards is back and we're supposed to get excited. Like, I'm just confused. This shit is confusing.
So I will say this about Wisconsin. I played them against Alabama. Really, really tough spot for a backup quarterback to go play an Alabama team that's good and pissed off, after how they started their season. What really caught me by surprise was how Wisconsin how easy Ty Simpson made the quarterback position look against Wisconsin.
Yeah, but is he maybe good, man?
That's what I'm wondering. So I guess what I'm saying is, I don't know whether to discredit Wisconsin, for being bad, or for Ty Simpson in Alabama just being good and not overlooking that week 1 loss, but First game on the road, Ty Simpson playing in Florida State with a pissed off Tommy C. I would not panic if you're an Alabama bettor.
Pissed off Florida State, bro. They went 2-10 last year. And like, I know you've been to Doak before. So like, we're two people who can actually give some insight. That place is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then they fucking had that lead, and you just knew it was just rowdy. And Tommy Castellanos is the veteran quarterback in that scenario, not Ty Simpson. It feels like a hell start for them. But man, I'm not out on Alabama at all.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't be either. But I think it's one thing to get carved up on the road by Ty Simpson. It's another at home against Maryland, but Maryland's got a pretty nice offense. The one thing about Maryland that I do find interesting, which would be a reason that I'd lean into fading them, it's their first road game of the season. So yes, they've had some games to get right and fine tune their offense and defense. They've had FAU at home, Northern Illinois at home, Towson.
Yeah.
You go from playing fucking pushing around Towson, and when they played at Northern Illinois, they were 16-point favorites. They won by 11.
They looked really bad offensively against Northern Illinois. They looked really good against FAU, who has Caden Beltcamp, but it's fine still.
And if you were to compare a small school to Wisconsin, don't you think it's like Illinois? I mean, like Northern Illinois. They're ugly, they're slow, they're big, and that's who gave Maryland fits. Like Wisconsin plays ugly football. But at home, they're probably going to give Maryland a hard time. If Maryland's only scoring 20 at home against Northern Illinois, I don't know that they're going to score that much against Wisconsin. So I think it's much different when you go from Ty Simpson and fucking Ryan Williams running around on the field at Alabama to Maryland. So what I'm saying in a long-winded way is I still like Wisconsin, but those are the types of bets that we used to love, our bread and butter, that just aren't really coming through for us quite as much. So we'll wait and see if we can get on the right side of them. But yeah, I'm with you. UNLV on the road against Miami of Ohio. You're a Rebels guy. I'm kind of a Rebels guy too. I only took him at Sam Houston, but you want to fade him here?
Kinda. Crutch likes UNLV. I'm 0-1 against Crutch this year because he had ECU and I had NC State. I don't like going against Crutch really, but I do think this is just a bad spot for, and it's a bad spot and it's a weird spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a weird spot. Like I've said it before, so I'm kind of just repeating myself, but the team who fucking plays home games at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas is going to fucking Yager Stadium in Oxford, Ohio, and I'm just supposed to expect they can move the ball. And I agree with you, Lewandowski. That's what most people are saying. Miami, Ohio can't move the ball. Idaho State scored 30 on this team. So if you need an offense to get right, wouldn't you love to have a game in your home field against UNLV?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think you would.
Is Calandria out?
Steak is dialed today. Yep. I think I'm kind
Calandria's out. I didn't know that.
Calandria's out?
No, I just saw someone ask.
NJ Deluxe says, is UNLV quarterback out? Shit. First home game of the season for Miami. Well, UNLV has one of these weird spots where they had a game, then they had a bye week. Or I'm sorry, they had a bye week, then they play this game, then they have another bye week. That's so weird.
UNLV has had the
Orgy is out.
I don't give a fuck.
That. No, we don't give a fuck about that.
I don't give a fuck about that guy. That's
probably since he'll be on UNLV.
Just weird, man. You play at home against Idaho State, you almost lose. You're like 30-point favorites. Then you travel to Sam Houston, come back and play UCLA. Now you're going to Oxford, Ohio. It's so weird. I don't know if I can miss an opportunity to bet Miami of Ohio here, to be completely honest.
No, I'm with you. I mean, even like when Utah goes to Wyoming, I mean, I know they ended up covering the game, but it was an ugly. They struggled for like 2.5, 3 quarters. So I can kind of see UNLV being a little sloppy out here in a weird atmosphere like Miami of Ohio. Ugly first half, exactly kind of what I'm getting at, Lewandowski. Yep. By the way, Steak, I sent you a tweet to retweet. We're on just YouTube and Twitch, so I tweeted the links for everybody to join us if they want to. Okay, let's go to Louisville. 26.5-point favorites against Bowling Green. Probably not much to talk about here. I'm a big Louisville guy. I did just want to point this out, though. Next week is when they start their ACC stretch. And so they've had, I don't really like this for them. They've had 2 games. They've had a bye week. Now they got one more Patty Cape game, and then they have Pitt. I take that back. I do like this for them. I love this for them. Let me rephrase that. I do love this for them. But could this be a look ahead spot for the Louisville Cardinal? 26.5-point favorites at home against Bowling Green before they go play Pitt. Pitt's going to be a tough
Drew
place to play.
Pine the quarterback for Bowling Green? He is. Oh my God.
Drew Pine, Notre Dame legend. You know how I feel about Angeli. No, Drew Pine's not that guy. He's not that guy.
I have nothing. I got nothing
Okay.
here.
Let's move on. We got
Drew Pine. He got weirded out.
We got a great game to nothing wrong with it. I got no beef with the UNLV wager. No beef.
I've bought their stock in the Mountain West, so I am with you. I just don't like this game.
Yep. Utah and Texas Tech. Steak, I think you and I kind of clash on this one. I like the Red Raiders. I do. I like the Red Raiders. I think Utah only being 3-point favorites, looks like it moved up, is a lot of respect to Texas Tech. But it should be said, I know Texas Tech was hype coming into the offseason. I had no idea that people love this Baron Morton guy. Did I say his name right?
Yeah, you knew that. You definitely knew that. We talked about it all offseason.
I don't think I knew that it was so much the quarterback. I thought it was like the team in general, overall.
It's the offense. People are really excited about this offense. And Baron, they've been fucking cranking. Regardless of who they play, this offense has been absolutely cranking.
Yeah. So let's take a little bit of a deep dive, as has Utah. But Texas Tech, 3 games at home to start the year, 67 points, 62, 45-14 win, 24-point favorite against Oregon State. And I mean, that was an ass whooping against Oregon State. Oregon, the score was actually 45-0 until there were 5 minutes left in the game. So that this Texas Tech team, I think, might actually be a problem. Utah, on the other hand, as well, we talked about it. You had a great clip talking about Devin Dampier's season. Nobody really knew what to expect with Utah, but so far this season, they come out, they beat the piss out of UCLA 43-10. But what do we know about UCLA? Bad program. They played Cal Poly or some bullshit 63-9. Then they go on the road to Wyoming, and they didn't really play all that well. They win the game 31-6, but they were shut out. Well, not shut out. I shouldn't say that. It was 3-0 at halftime. Really, really ugly game. Then they picked it up in the second half. Good coaching by Whittingham there, who were both Whittingham guys. 45 rushes for 311 yards. Good God. They had 530 yards of offense, 31 first downs against Wyoming. So they ended up waking up and beat the piss out of them. It's going to be a big test. Big test for Utah with Texas Tech coming in. Looks like the opened 4 down to 3.5. You are getting the hook with Texas Tech. Maybe I'm getting duped here. Total's 56.5, which I find a little interesting.
This is crazy, by the way. This game can't start at 10 a.m. local time. That's awful. That's just stupid.
That's weird.
It is weird.
10 a.m. is early. That means you got to wake up at if you're a player, you're up at 6.
That's crazy to me.
I don't know. Waking up at 6 a.m. when you're a college kid sounds awful.
10 a.m. in Utah, bro. That elevation. Ooh, good luck, Texas Tech.
Yeah. Oh, game day. Yeah. Yeah. Under. I'm with you, Snacks. I kind of like the under. Yeah, I'm sick of the TV money making things. I know. Man, they got us by the balls. What are we going to do? I like Texas Tech, man. I don't think you do.
I do not. Well, I mean, come on. What I can't say all offseason that I like Utah. I'm excited to see Whittingham with not Cam Rising, and that I like Devin Dampier, and then not like him in this game at home against Texas Tech. And I said it. I thought Texas Tech was overhyped. I think this offense is really good. I have no disrespect for this offense, but do I think Utah will control this game with methodical long drives, converting on 3rd and 3s, 10, 12, 14 play drives? Yes, I do. And I like Utah, but more so than either of those, I like the under. I see some people in the chat saying first half under. Got to like that too. Now that I realize this fucking game starts at 10 a.m., even if that's pretty obvious, but I like the under. And it's because I like Utah's style of play to control this game more than Texas Tech style of play. So I like under 57.5. I might double down with the under first half. I like that, to be honest with you, more than either side. But my game script, not to jack your swag, would be Utah controlling this game.
Okay, fair enough. No swagger jacking taken right there. Here are the picket splits. Pretty even.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
even
what I
across the board. Yeah, me too. Yeah, this is a tough one.
You know why? Because I think Texas Tech is more hyped, but Utah gets a lot of respect on their home field. So I think it kind of evens out.
That's true. I think Utah's home field has got to be one of the best in college football. Don't they have one of the better home field records under Kyle Whittingham?
Got to assume so, man. The elevation's really crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep moving. A couple more games in the noon slate. Well, just one more that might be worth talking about. Steak's trying to talk me off of this one, and I think he's being a good friend. And honestly, at the end of the day, I think he's right. But I just got to do it. I think I just have to do it. Just in case it happens, I'll never be able to fucking live with myself. Steve Angeli is putting a fucking fork in Dabo Swinney's career at Clemson. I'm not saying he's going to get fired. I'm not even saying Syracuse is going to win the game. But what if they did? You know, what if they did? Think about this. Okay. In sports, and as a sports bettor, we do this all the time. We like to bet on teams in bounce back spots, right? We're guilty of that. Everybody in the chat's guilty of that. Clemson is a team that loses at home to LSU. What should they do the following week, Steak?
Beat the piss out of Troy.
They should beat the piss out of Troy. In other words, bounce back. And what they do, Troy got a 16-0 lead. Clemson wakes up, they win the game, but they don't cover. Then Clemson goes on the road to play Georgia Tech. Now they should really get up for this game, right? Wrong. I know they could have won, but they weren't in control. They didn't play a clean game. I thought for the most part they looked like ass. Cade Klubnik once again just getting ragdolled through Twitter. Georgia Tech comes out with a victory. And now what should Clemson do? They should bounce back. Fuck that. I say there is no more bouncing back for Clemson. I say Clemson is just dead. I say this offense stinks. I think Dabo Swinney stinks. He's lost the team, and Cade Klubnik is just not that good. I'm going to take the 17 here. 16.5 is what Covers is telling me. I'll go to Pickett and see what the best line is. And I'm going to sprinkle on the money line. But I want to be perfectly clear. I don't necessarily think Syracuse is all that good. I really don't. But I got to take the points with any team Clemson is playing, especially where people think they're going to bounce back, because I don't think Clemson is capable of bouncing back. I think they just stink. So give me Syracuse and Steve Angeli, who is experienced and a veteran and has already played competition like Tennessee, who just went toe-to-toe with fucking Georgia, came back and covered against UConn, and he's got experience playing in the fucking Orange Bowl for Notre Dame. This guy ain't going to be scared of Clemson at noon. Fuck that. I'm on Cuse.
Totally fine with it. Like, I'm fine with your wager. I'm not going to be joining you, and I wouldn't want it in the newsletter because I do think, like, if you just faded Clemson all year so far, you'd be rich. You bet against
They're
them.
0-3 ATS.
Correct. And they were favored in 2 of those games where they lost outright. So you could have taken the other team on the money line. You literally could have fucking bet Troy so many ways to cover that spread that I sort of think maybe you missed the boat a little bit. But then again, the reason why I wouldn't talk you off it is because it's just like the baseball thing we always say, like, don't bet the guys that are due, bet the hot guys. And technically you're very hot if you're betting against Clemson every week. So I can't really talk you off it, but I don't love it.
Fair. Very fair. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down with. I mean, I didn't know a goddamn thing about Troy, but I just said to myself, "Fuck Clemson," and took the 31 with Troy. I'm doing the same thing here. Fuck Clemson. Give me the points with Syracuse. I will pay to find out if Clemson can beat a team by more than 7.
Honestly, I respect it. I respect you leaning into that angle.
Thank you. Yep, I might sprinkle Cuse with you, DJ, but I'm not touching that spread. Fair enough. But I got no beef with that. And if you tell me, you're tailing at your own discretion. Don't bitch at me if it loses. All right. Tennessee, UAB, Virginia Tech, Wofford. Nothing really here for us. How about this game, Steak? We're in the 3:00 slate here. How about Oregon and Oregon State? I mean, dude, I have a read on this game, but I'm gonna let you talk about this because you got a better read on Oregon than me. You told me not to bet Oklahoma State. I did it anyway. I tell DC bets. Just kidding. Total 56. I got to read in something in this game, but I want you to tell me if you like anything first. Oregon's 35-point favorites.
Malik Murphy is so bad, dude. Malik Murphy is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They lost to fucking Fresno 36-27. They lost to Cal 34-15. They lost to Texas Tech 54-14, 55-14. It's just absolutely insane. But then again, I feel like the people who were burned by Oregon last week when Northwestern scored those late touchdowns are thinking 34.5 seems pretty safe. and also a little baitish, in a way. 34.5 looks baitish. I also think the over looks a little baitish, to be completely honest. Like, I think the total's low. And I'm wondering if fucking Oregon State scores this football at all.
Under.
Yeah, I like the under too.
Under. I think the over looks so baitish. So fucking baitish after Oregon. And I think the spread's a little short. Straight up. But the only reason I'm off the spread is because what Oregon did last week was a little weird. So I don't know what you do if you're an odds maker.
Here's a good comment that I agree with, and there's one more that I agree with. I agree with Snacks.
Yep, it's not a look ahead because it's a rivalry game.
Not a look ahead game.
Fair. But Oregon State sucks, and you've got Penn State next week. Go ahead, State.
Well, let's not skip this game for Zanman. It's worth talking about. But Snacks, more so than Oregon team total over. I do like Oregon State team total under, to be completely honest with you.
I do not like Oregon team total over. I like the under in this game. I like the under. Yep. I like the under in this game. So
I like what Aloha saying. 42-0. Could see it.
Yep. I could too. I think this is an under game, and it's going to be an official play for me. I like the Oregon State under 57.5 on Fanatics. And yeah, I don't know if Oregon State scores, but I will tell you this. Malik Murphy can run the ball. Oregon State's run defense did not look great against Northwestern. It did not. So we'll see. Maybe Oregon State can just, move the ball a little bit here and there, 3-4 yards at a time, chunk plays. And maybe Oregon doesn't show too much on film this week. I don't know. Okay, let's keep moving.
Let's give our boys in, man, some Tennessee UAB love.
I got nothing in that game.
A lot of people acting like this Tennessee bounce back is obvious.
Really?
Against old Trent Dilfer.
Oh, 39. That seems a little short. They got Mississippi State next week on the road. Ooh, they got a tough stretch coming up. At Mississippi State, Arkansas at home, at Bama. Yeah. We like UAB? Is that what you're telling me? We like UAB?
No.
Okay.
No. Friends don't let friends bet on Trent Dilfer.
Yeah. Well, you could say this about UAB. They're 2-1 on the year. They're 1-2 ATS. The one game they didn't cover, the 2 games they didn't cover, they were favorites. The one game they did cover, 20.5-point dogs on the road against Navy, lost by 14. So that'd be UAB or nothing for me.
Tennessee or nothing for me.
Okay. Here we go. Here's an interesting game. Oh, we got a good one coming up. I can't fucking wait. UCF at home against UNC. Dude. If we said before the season this game was going to be UCF -7, wouldn't you have said I'm crazy?
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. I'm obviously, I know some UCF people because I live in Orlando, and they just can't believe this is the spread.
So I guess my question is this: why is this the spread? UCF's 2-0, but they're 1-1 ATS. They played NC.
They barely beat Jacksonville State.
That's what I'm saying. Why? It makes no.
This was considered to be the worst team in the Big 12.
It makes no sense to me. I mean, if you were to make UCF like -2.5, sure. But man, your Wi-Fi is so bad. You're lagging like a motherfucker, but we'll push through. I'm trying to see something here. UCF. At least I do want to try to see if I can find some sort of opener. UAB. No, that's not what I want. Sorry. Hold on. Why I can't find it? Oh, it's probably a small. No. Why can't I find this game on Wager Talk? Can anybody in the chat give me a North Carolina UCF opener? Illinois. That's so weird. This game is nowhere to be found. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. 6 to 7. 6.5. Yeah, I can't.
The spread is equally as insane as the Wisconsin spread.
Yes, I think so. Straight locks. Good to see you. And we're going to talk about that one coming up. I like UCF, but it's a line read, and we just talked about this with Wisconsin. Like, I'm not going to go out there and bet too many line reads, but that is a lot of fucking respect. UCF should clap.
I'm not getting UCF.
Okay, total 47. UNC plus 3.5. Interesting. Okay, EMU and Louisiana Lafayette. Anything there for you, Steak?
No, thank you.
All right. Troy 6.5 points at Buffalo. Anything there for you?
No, thank you.
Like Troy could be a non-trendy dog.
Yeah, but Buffalo just struggled with whoever the fuck they played last week, Kent State or somebody. I'm not gonna mess with that.
Okay. Here's two
under
Troy Buff. Okay. Here's two big games of the week that are worth diving into. Oklahoma, 7-point favorite at home. I think this is where we might clash a little bit too. Total is 47. I think I'm in love with Auburn. And this could be a big fat duping because I hate going against players that I recognize are pretty damn good. And man, oh man, John Mateer is that fucking guy. Here are the splits. Look like you got much more than I expected. Laying 7 with Oklahoma here on the Pickett Sharps. Total's pretty split and a decent amount of money line love for Auburn. I don't disagree. I think if Auburn covers, they win the game. Not saying I would necessarily bet it by any means, but I'll just go back to what I said, man. I don't know that it can be this easy for a 3-game stretch for Oklahoma. You handle Michigan at home, 24-13, whatever it was, but they dominated that game. You go on the road to Philadelphia, you don't skip a beat, 42-3. You come back and you beat Jackson Arnold revenge game. I don't think this is a narrative people are buying into. I think people are buying into Oklahoma with the front runner for the Heisman and still doubting Jackson Arnold, just kind of maybe like they were in week 1 against Baylor. So give me fucking Auburn, who might be pretty damn good this year. They're 3-0, but they are only 1-2 ATS. The only other teams they really played, the other 2 teams they played outside of Baylor, which was a great test for them to start, was Ball State at home. They won 42-3, and then South Alabama last week, 31-15. They didn't cover as 25.5-point favorites. Look ahead spot that we didn't take advantage of. Give me Jackson Arnold and in the Auburn War Eagle Tigers. Sorry, War Eagle. Steak.
I think I kind of agree with you.
Oh, I thought you liked Oklahoma.
Not sure, man. I'm not sure. I'm having a tough time. I'll tell you what I think I do like. The under.
Like the under?
I kind of like the under, man. It's a really interesting quarterback battle because John Mateer is the front runner for the Heisman, like you just said. And Jackson Arnold is coming back to Oklahoma, like you just said. And he had a really good showing against Baylor, but most of it was on the feet. And I need to see more, man. I got to see a little more from Jackson Arnold, but I feel like this could be one of those defensive battles where both coaches are focused on stopping the quarterback, and they have a little success doing so. It's 10-7 at halftime. Final score 2017. I could see Oklahoma winning, but Auburn covering because I do think it's closer than some people think. But man, my favorite play in this one might be the under.
Okay. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. I don't necessarily know that. I don't know that I can get there. In a weird way, if I like
agree
Auburn.
with this kind of big deal, but they scored 24 points and then they dropped 45 on SMU. So you can't Sawyer Robertson's a real fucking deal.
Yeah.
I'm not super upset about allowing 24 points to BYU.
Right. My only thing is this. I think if I like Auburn, I like scoring. If I like Oklahoma, it's because I like their defense to shut down Auburn, just like what they did against Bryce Underwood in Michigan, holding them to 13 points. So that's the only reason I can't get there with you on the under. I think Auburn's going to score in the 20s, and Oklahoma might too.
Nerfy Chad, that is all dependent on how much what your opinion on Jackson Arnold is. They got they got one good wide receiver, and they still have Cam Coleman. They got Eric Singleton from Georgia Tech, but that's if you're a Jackson Arnold guy or not.
Yeah. What happened the last time a QB who couldn't throw the ball came to Norman in a big game? Cough, cough, Michigan. Yeah. I expect Venables' defense to shut down Arnold's legs. We have to see if Arnold can throw the ball against defense like this.
It's kind of why I like the under, though.
Yeah, but that's why I like Auburn, because I think he can.
It's a tough game. This is a really hard game.
Mateer showing out doesn't
not
surprise me either.
Having a strong read on this game, I find this game to be very difficult.
I know it's going to happen at 2:30, an hour before kickoff. You're going to love something.
Yeah, it's probably true. Either way, I'm really excited to watch it. I think it should be a real good time.
Me too. I'm also kind of oddly excited to, I don't know about watch, but see what happens in this Michigan-Nebraska game.
You know what
Michigan,
I'd say, like in our hypothetical private jet, if we were really rich dudes, I'd take the private jet to Norman, Oklahoma this week. It didn't. I don't think you should pause that long.
Motherfucker, you pause after every time I say something to you.
But you weren't reading the chat. You were off in fucking La La Land.
I'm thinking. No, I'm kind of with you. I think just a private jet to Oklahoma sounds kind of cool for whatever reason, because it's like, I don't even, what airport do you fly into to Oklahoma? What's like the big airport there?
I would assume Norman has an airport you can get into.
No, I know it probably has an airport, but I mean, Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
you know?
that would. I don't know how far Oklahoma City is from Norman. I've been to Oklahoma City before, but
oh yeah, did you fly into Oklahoma?
Holy shit!
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. You been to Oklahoma City?
Yeah, I went to Kevin Durant's last game there against the Warriors.
I remember.
I didn't know that at the time, obviously.
Right. Did you have a good time? Did you like Oklahoma City?
I thought it was absolutely awesome. The atmosphere was insane. Nobody sat the entire game.
No. The city.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay. All right. Michigan, Nebraska. I think we
Big deal. Good point. Fair point.
Also say that Baylor 24 points. They got stopped and down. So yeah. Definitely. Can fly into Tulsa too. That's a way longer drive. Sure. If you can bet props, got a feeling Underwood is scoring. Gonna have to use his legs. Yeah. Listen, I'm ready to say this. By the way, I mean, I like the Cover 3 podcast. I really do. And I like Tom Fornelli, but I thought he had an awful take. I might actually even clip it. But I don't want him to come after me like Adam Chernoff did. But
they seem like guys who can take a little bit of.
Yeah. Right. Because they're not like too nerdy, but he said he liked Nebraska. And one of the reasons, oh my God, it made me freaking cringe, was he thought Sharon Moore being out for this game was going to be a detriment to Michigan.
Yeah, I did hear him say that. Yeah.
You know, that's almost going to, that's actually what I might say. I'd be like, Tom, man, I like you. I respect you. You're much better than this. There is no way anybody who follows college football can think Sharon Moore not being there for Michigan is a detriment. That he might not even be a detriment that fucking Bowling Green. This guy is not a good football coach. I'm sorry. A flailing inflatable tube man at those fucking car dealerships could be a better head coach. This guy does nothing. He does nothing. Has he given you one fucking quote? Has he given you anything? Has he made you like feel inspired from coaching? No. And look what the guy who fills his spot. I don't even know who this guy is. The big fucking dude. You seen this guy at the press conference? He said a golden retriever can coach a Bryce Young quarterback team. Don't you feel like that's an indirect shot at Sharon Moore?
Yes.
I love it.
Or is a really bad coach. I think he's the second worst coach behind Billy Napier.
I'm going to tell you right now, it just makes sense to me, and I'm so pissed off that we didn't take advantage of this last week. Michigan looking their best when Sharon Moore is suspended. How does it not make sense? How does it not make sense? I like that Michigan went on the road already and got smacked around to Oklahoma. Tell you right now, Matt Rule in Nebraska is not Brett Venables in Oklahoma, and Dylan Raiola is not John Mateer. Michigan by 14.
So I like Nebraska, and I can't find enough football reasons to like Nebraska, so I think I should lay off. But I just want to ask you if you know, is Michigan about to play Nebraska every year now?
I don't know. I have no idea.
They're going to play very often now, right?
Well, what makes you say that?
The reason I just can't, for some reason, get it out of my head that this is Nebraska's best shot at Michigan, dude. Like, they're even if they play next year, Bryce Underwood's going to be a fucking much better quarterback, and it's going to be at the big house. They ain't winning that shit. Oh, they don't play again until 2028. Okay. I feel like this is the shot. This is the shot for Nebraska.
You know what? This is a good game for a poll.
It is.
Everybody in the chat. I see we got 130 of you guys in here.
Michigan's a very bias inciting team because we have Michigan guys and we also have Ohio State, a ton of Ohio State guys who are automatically going to vote against Michigan. So keep that in mind. But let's run.
I don't know if they're going to vote against Michigan.
Okay, Brinks, who do you like, Nebraska or Michigan? He's a good one who won't bullshit. Who's our other Ohio State
Please
guys?
go vote. By the way, what's up, Cardo03 with a new follow? Mid-major, thanks for gifting a sub.
Freeze, there you go. Okay.
Total
so far, both the Ohio State guys like Michigan. What about you, Bud, man? Are you an Ohio State fan?
13-8 Michigan right now.
Budman likes Michigan. Snacks likes Michigan.
So it's 2-1 right now in favor of Michigan. I can't say I'm totally surprised, but I am wondering, and what I was getting at here, are people sleeping on Nebraska as a dog at home? That's kind of interesting.
It just feels like such an attainable thing for Nebraska to get a huge win. It feels right there for the taking, you know?
I can already see it. I can see this game being the exact same score as the Eagles-Chiefs, and we keep having these weird correlations between Raiola and Mahomes.
This is the football reasoning, Kev. This is why I can't press the button, because I genuinely believe this is true.
Yeah. Who's that quarterback? Justice Haynes, the guy who was supposed to be. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And they have that receiver who's good too. I like him. It's 28 Michigan, 12 Nebraska right now. So it's pretty steep. Okay.
We'll move on. What is the total?
Let's go look at the picket splits and I'll tell you there when we get there. Dude, that's a high total. 47?
Yeah, like Nebraska, Michigan should have the same total as Auburn, Oklahoma.
Brother.
Interesting. It's got my attention.
It has gotten my attention, and it might be fuck, man. Maybe that means Nebraska's scoring too. I like the over in this game, I think.
Yeah, I sort of like points a little too.
Don't you wouldn't like the under in this game be pretty chalky? I don't know. That's a higher total. I can't believe that didn't even catch my eye. I didn't even look at it. All right, we'll keep moving. So you're getting cold feet on Oklahoma and Nebraska because you and I were on opposite sides there.
I'm not getting cold feet. I think what I said was fair. Like the football reasons aren't there for Nebraska at the moment.
Sure. Yeah, no, they are very fair. Just want to make sure. JMU at Liberty, Ohio at or against Gardner-Webb. We got nothing there. Notre Dame minus 25 against Purdue, total at 52. All right, I'll just make this short and sweet. Last year when Notre Dame played Purdue, I believe it was also off of a loss, and we took their team total over, and they dropped fucking almost 60 burger in West Lafayette. Absolutely dunked all over them. Problem is, I don't know how I feel about this Notre Dame team. I like things about the offense. I don't like things about the defense. Do I want them covering a 25-point spread against an in-state school against Purdue? Not really. No. I think Purdue's going to find a way to score 14, 17 points. So then you're going to need Notre Dame to have what? 42? Take the team total. Total's 52. I'd probably just run it back turbo with the Notre Dame team total, but I'm not going to play this game. You got any thoughts on Notre Dame and Purdue?
Yeah, I lean Notre Dame, but I'm probably not going to press it.
All right. Yeah, that defense is a problem with Chris Ash, man. It really is. Okay, Toledo, Western Michigan, Steak, anything there? Toledo's 3-0 ATS, 2-1 against Western Michigan, who is 0-3 on the year.
Nothing.
14.5-point favorites. All right, I'm going to get the screen back up for you guys. Tulane and Ole Miss, man, oh man, if I am correct, you can tell me if I'm not. I think this was Tulane 13, and then it got down to 10 or 10.5. Now it's back to Ole Miss. So I'm just curious. Is Austin Simmons playing?
No, I think Trinidad Chambliss or whatever is.
Okay. So Tulane, does Tulane have an injury? I mean, what's up with this Ole Miss buyback here? If that's correct, the total is 61.5, 62. Tulane's coming off a really big win. You could say the same for Ole Miss, but I mean, that is an emotional game, revenge game here. Duke at home. They put up 34. Last two games have gone over. Defense looks pretty susceptible, allowing 31 to South Alabama, 27 to Duke. And then Ole Miss, I mean, they're firing on all cylinders, honestly. Well, I shouldn't say that. They didn't play a great game at Kentucky, but they took care of business, and they probably should have covered. But 41-35, it got a little dicey at the end. They were up 2 scores, let Arkansas wake up and dominate the last 10 minutes of that game. I kind of like the under. In this game. I think Tulane cannot get into a shootout with Ole Miss. And at the same time, I don't know if I see the backup from Ole Miss carving up a defense in back-to-back games because that motherfucker could not be stopped against Arkansas. So I lean under in this game, under 61.5.
Good luck. That's ballsy.
Is
Yeah, this is the only take I could come up with for this game. So you got Tulane, right? They get disrespected by Northwestern, tell them they can't wear their Hurricane Katrina commemorative jerseys, right? They go out there and they beat the piss out of them. They play Duke. They're playing their old quarterback who left to take $8 million or whatever the number is. And what do they have sandwiched in between there? A game at South Alabama where they were 14-point favorites and they barely won outright. They won 33-31. They gave up 31 points to South Alabama. And so now I'm wondering, it's not that I think Tulane will overlook Ole Miss because they won't. It's Ole Miss. But I don't know, man. What's the motivation to not get your ass whooped here? Because I kind of think Tulane's going to get their ass whooped here.
What's the motivation to not get your ass whooped?
I'm asking if you think this Tulane team with not the same level of motivation they had against Northwestern or Duke can hang in with a team that is much more talented than they are.
I like what he said. Tulane, 2 Power 4 wins already. Ole Miss has LSU on deck. Feels like a spot where a trendy dog goes to die, but I can't bet Ole Miss with a look ahead. I completely agree.
I think a trendy dog goes to die. That's what I agree with the most about that.
This is Miami USF vibes.
100% agree, Crutch. God damn it, I agree. Yeah, don't blame me. Anybody who wants to ride the wave, no pun intended, have fun. I think it's Ole Miss big here. Ole Miss might score on every fucking possession.
Jesus, take it easy.
31 points for South Alabama. Yeah, I'm not.
How about you fucking put your money where your mouth is and arb this shit?
Yeah, I'll arb it. I will. I had another. Oh, I thought Wisconsin was a good arb opportunity.
Do it.
Yeah, I love it, Snacks. I really do.
I need it. There's a guy in here. I forget his name. Who is it? Is it Alex or something? He is begging me to have another large play. I can't believe fucking South Carolina was such a bad one.
You need to bounce back.
I know. And I'm not forcing it. South Carolina was not forced. I was thinking about them all day.
I know that.
Yeah.
We're never going to learn what ARB means, Kev. We're not. And honestly, I don't believe you're here for us to learn what ARB means.
Bro, come on. You know I'm being stupid on purpose to just piss off the freaking plus EV nerds. I didn't really know what ARB was at first, truthfully. And then I talked about it with Greg on the stream, and he told me arbitrage betting is like when there's no risk. So no matter what, you're winning money.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is clearly. Yeah, I know. You know, I'm telling people on camera.
Yours is garbatrage.
Garbage.
But I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay. All right. Greg needs to trademark return. Dude, yeah. You'd be surprised. You think that's like mainly like steaks forte right there? His specialty. Greg's got that in his bag too. He does. All right. A couple of games here that we'll talk about.
Saying somebody has the R word in their bag is crazy.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean like that kind of humor.
Yeah.
UConn 21 against Ball State. I got nothing. You got anything?
No, thanks.
Duke -3 at NC State. Somebody asked us earlier if we like this over. I can't say that I do. I cannot say that I do. And you want to know why? Maybe I'm way off here. I think this total is low. Duke is doing nothing but going over. 45-17, 45-19, 34-27. And on the flip side, guess who else is doing nothing but going over? NC State. 34-24, 35-31. I think this is a trap. 57.5. Duke -3. Bounce back spot. Got to have it. Fuck Duke. I faded him on the season for a reason. $8 million man, my ass. I like NC State. Don't give a shit if they're a trendy dog. But more importantly, I don't like the over. This is an in-state game. I don't know if it's a rivalry game, but Duke's in North Carolina. NC State's in North Carolina. There's a fucking geography lesson for you. You're welcome. I think this is going to be like a 24-20 type of game. That's what I think. Because let me just also say this. It's a tough stretch for Duke. You played Illinois. You go on the road to play Tulane. Now you got to come back to play NC State. I'm just saying, this is a tough stretch for Duke. And you know who they got next? A trip to Albany. Or not Albany. I don't know why I said that. Syracuse.
I was like, no way. They go to Albany? Holy shit.
No.
Then they got to play Steve Angeli next. Oh, my Lord. I can't wait. Manny Diaz's ass. Yeah. No, I like the under in this game, and I like NC State again.
War. I'm going to have to go to war. And it's going to be ugly because the chat really thought you were cooking. They liked what you were saying there. And I have to stand on business now. Nobody really has probably been as involved with NC State as me because I bet them against ECU. And then I also bet them against Wake Forest. And they are talented as fuck. Hollywood Smothers, CJ Bailey. The offense is fucking amazing. But you know what they do? They play with their food, and I hate it. And I kind of think they're soft. And they went down 14-0 to Wake Forest, which really pissed me off. Then they had to play pretty much perfect football to come back and cover that game against a really bad Wake Forest team. Mm-hmm. They also went up 17-0 on their rivals, ECU, let them back in the game. And I can't get past it, man. Duke's had a brutal run, like you said. I sort of stood on business and said I thought Duke wasn't as bad as they looked in the Illinois game, but I didn't bet them against Tulane because once again, they were trendy. Mm-hmm. But this is the spot where I think I got to go to Duke at home against a team that I consider to be very talented, but a little soft against a Manny Diaz defense. And Mensa has not looked bad. I want to be clear. The bad part about this Duke team is the defense. So I'm actually going to go Duke here.
I'll steal a line from Krabs here. Sure. No way Duke loses 3 games in a row. Certainly they got to win.
Anybody has ever said that about
Duke. Are you kidding me? People love
Duke.
Maybe
Duke's basketball team, dude. Maybe Duke's basketball team.
People love Duke. Sure. The Blue Devils will beat NC State. No, great point about NC State. You're right. Because I totally forgot, Steak. They were minus 13.5 against ECU in week 1. They were up 24-7, blew the cover, let ECU come back in. Fucked around with Virginia, but Virginia's not bad. Beat them 3-point favorites, 35-31 at home. Down to Wake Forest on the road early in a 14-0 hole. Came back and covered 34-24.
Loser does the bed flip?
No.
Bed flip bet?
Not doing a bed flip. No.
You're not doing a bed flip? Damn,
No,
dude, you're scared. Duke, hey, double my Duke wager.
I'll do something else. You want a challenge?
Yeah, what should we do, chat? He won't do a bed flip. Let's get ideas in the chat.
No, I'm not doing a bed flip. Had Concepcion and lost a lot of talents this year. They're just a mediocre team. Fair. I don't know. But yeah, I'm probably going to play the under in this game. But yeah, fuck Duke. I like NC State. Okay, let's get back to business here. Shave your head. No, come on. That's a little too.
Tail a follower for a week is kind of funny.
Tail a follower for a week. That is kind
of
funny.
Chewy for a week is funny.
That's all right. Okay, let's keep moving. Mississippi State, 22-point favorites against Northern Illinois. I got nothing. Do you?
Nope, nothing. Jeff Levy fan club. That's all. Hope he keeps winning.
3-0 ATS. Georgia Tech. This is where I think I want Temple, and this is where I'm okay fading a team in a letdown spot. Listen, I'm not going to say it's a look ahead to go on the road to Wake Forest, but you said Wake Forest is the ragdoll of the ACC, and I agree. Next week is when ACC play really gets fired up. At Wake, then a bye, and Virginia Tech, Duke, Syracuse. I'm going to keep saying it, and that's just the way it is. If you tell me to tell a season-long wager, I'm going to bitch and moan and kick and scream. I fucking hate that we faded Brett Key. Is that his name? Brent Key. I like this guy. I like his team. I like how they play. I'm not the biggest Haynes King guy. I'm pretty sure I wanted to fade him right out of the gate when he transferred from Texas A&M, but he's not flashy as a quarterback. But, man, the guy's a fucking gamer. He's a ball player. I love the resilience. I mean, listen, they fucked around. They tried to give Clemson the game, but they fought back, and they won. They put together some really good drives, some big boy drives. Yep, it's okay. It's okay. I just started. You can smell when a coach has something cooking, and that's what this guy feels like he's got at Georgia Tech. But I think they're due for a little bit of a sleepy spot here. We got fucked with Temple, or a lot of people got fucked with Temple in the sandwich spot against Oklahoma. Give me Temple plus 24 against Virginia Tech here. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree, but I did the Temple thing last week, so I will be sitting out there very, very bad. And I will not be fading Haynes King anymore, I don't think. So I'm going to root for you. I'd really love to see you hit this bet, and that's about all I got. There's no fucking way I bet it.
Okay. All right. So you are not you're breaking and not bending.
I don't know.
I know.
I'm bending and not breaking.
No, you're breaking.
I'm breaking fine. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Idaho.
100% done fading this team.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Akron, Duquesne, San Jose State, Idaho. Anything there?
No.
Kennesaw State, Arkansas State.
No.
All right. Kansas, official play in the newsletter. Found them at 12.5 on Fanatics. Total 54.5 against West Virginia. I wrote about it. I think this one is a little bit more you than me, but I'm good with it. Again, I loved your read on Memphis at Troy. It's a big line. Spread's pretty telling. But when we're trying to find reasons other than just, oh, it's a big line and maybe it shouldn't be, and just giving you what we feel is like contrarian play, a little bit of ball knowledge here, or ball reasoning, I guess I should say. Kansas might be a pretty damn good team at home. I mean, they fucked up Fresno State. Look at Fresno State. They're 3-0 since. Offense is rolling. So Kansas goes on the road. They did not play well against Missouri. Almost covered the 5.5, 6. They had a bye. Now they get another game at home. And I mean, is it too obvious to fade West Virginia after that win against Pitt? Maybe it is, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. That was a big emotional game, huge come from behind win in overtime against Pitt. Now you got to go on the road. And where are they? In Lawrence, Kansas or some shit.
Yep.
I don't know, man. And it's 6:00 evening game. I think it's a good spot for Kansas, bad spot for West Virginia. So we think they can win by 2 scores. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I do not think this is a good spot with West Virginia. I don't think it's obvious at all. Emotional game. I tried to fade West Virginia in that game. That was an epic flop, but it doesn't change the fact that I think the real West Virginia team is the one that scored 10 points at Ohio and not the team that showed up to play their rivals. And I think you're going to see a little more of that team. And I think Kansas fucking blows the doors off them.
Okay. Let's keep it rolling. FIU 5.5 against Delaware. Somebody in the fucking chat kept asking us to talk about FIU, FAU. Well, kudos to them, because after getting shut out against Penn State, they put up 38 against FAU and beat them. Now they got Delaware coming in. Steak. Talk about a letdown spot that most people might not be pointing out. Delaware just beat UConn outright in overtime as an 8.5-point dog.
First year in the FBS, too.
How are we not hammering FIU here minus 5.5? I mean, this to me feels like North Texas, Washington State. That's kind of what it feels like. North Texas was 5.5 against Washington State. Beat the fucking piss out of them. I think I like FIU big here. How about you?
Don't hate it. Okay. Kind of like the read.
Next one, Western Kentucky against Nevada, 7:00 game. Now we're in the night slate, 9.5-point favorites. Western Kentucky's 2-0 at home, 2-0 ATS at home. Nevada's not very good. You think that 9.5 might be a little short?
Nah, not enough to bet it. No.
Okay. All right. Georgia Southern, Maine, South Alabama Coastal, Jacksonville State, Murray State, Air Force, Boise. Stop me if you got something, because I don't really have anything. Marshall, Middle Tennessee, Martin, Missouri State. All right, here we go. Here's some games worth talking about now. Missouri at home, 9.5 against South Carolina. I don't know if Lenore Sellers is playing, but he is. Okay, they just got their dick kicked in. Against Vanderbilt. There's 2 teams in the SEC that are dogs on the road that I'm wondering. Nobody wants them. They're not trendy, and I think they cover. South Carolina might be one. I'm not touching it, though. I'm seeing chatter out there on the old Twitter app about this Padula quarterback from Missouri.
And a little thing we love about the chick.
No free ads.
Who? Bo Prabula.
Bo Prabula.
I heard he was playing, Kev. Chat can maybe confirm.
People are saying that Penn State let this guy get away. I didn't know he was at Penn State, but they fucked up keeping Aller. And Missouri also beat Kansas pretty good when they were 5.5, 6-point favorites, beat them by 12. Nobody's going to want South Carolina here. They're not going to want to touch them with a 10-foot pole. But I got to tell you, maybe South Carolina is not very good. What do we know now about Virginia Tech? They're awful.
I mean, the scoreboard isn't indicative of how close the Kansas-Missouri game was. I want to be clear. Kansas was winning and covering pretty much that entire game, and then Missouri had a late touchdown to cover. It was a very close game. I do want to mention that. Bo Prabula is completed, I think, over 70% of his passes and only has 1 interception. He's looked really good. People like the defense, even though they allowed 31 to Kansas. I think everyone considers that to be a very good offense. But I think the takeaway here is kind of what you said. Like, we've gotten to a point, right? South Carolina isn't good. Is that where we're at? Because we watched them play Virginia Tech, and we were like, okay, like, that was pretty unimpressive showing. Lenora Sellers had the opening scripted drive. Shit, Gio Lopez and North Carolina had that in their bag. And then other than that, the best thing they did was the bomb to Nick Harbor and a punt return. Other than that, they did nothing. And Royal had hit me up and said, like, hey, maybe this didn't look like a good South Carolina team. I was stupid enough to say maybe Virginia Tech is good, which is one of the worst takes of all time, but I'm not scared to admit I said something like that, which is why I bet Virginia Tech against Vanderbilt. We've seen what Virginia Tech has done since then. Like, Virginia Tech put up more of a fight against South Carolina than they put up against Old Dominion or Vanderbilt. And then South Carolina gets dog walked by Vanderbilt. And I know Lenora Sellers got hurt, but they were losing regardless. So now I just think you got to listen to this line, 9.5. And I think Missouri's much better. And I kind of want to press Missouri, man.
You should do it, but do you think anybody's betting South Carolina?
At 10, plus 10? Yeah, absolutely. Pull up the splits.
Well, Missouri has not beaten anybody by less than 10, less than 11.
Telling you, man, if you watch that Kansas game, you know they got lucky to cover that one.
Well, they got lucky to cover it, but I'll push back a little bit. If you look at the box score, Missouri had 28 first downs. Kansas had 13.
Yeah, but Kansas had big scoring plays.
Fair enough, but they also
get away from a team. But I hear you.
They had 250 yards of offense. Missouri had 600.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Missouri dominated the box score. Kansas hung around. Actually, would have been a shame if Missouri didn't cover. I'm just saying, Missouri is doing nothing but treating people well. 3-0, 3-0 ATS, and South Carolina is coming off of a game where they just looked fucking terrible. I don't think anybody's going to be taking South Carolina here, but I will pull up the picket splits for you. But I got no beef. I got no beef with a Missouri play. None. I'm just pointing out, though, there's going to be this road dog of South Carolina or Florida that comes through. My money's going to go to Florida. Spoiler alert. I think that's where my
good time, dog. Have a good time.
I'm not going to have a good time. It's going to be
You're not betting on Billy Napier, dude. Get the fucking sleeping bag under the bridge ready.
Yep. 3,600 bets here, and it looks like we do have money on South Carolina spread.
Yep.
Okay. Let's keep moving. La Tech, Southern Miss, nada. Here's a big one. Where's Snowman at? Here he is.
Shut up. Good timing, buddy.
You could not have been here at a better time. Snowman, listen, I know you're never going to say a bad thing about the your Indiana Hoosiers. Okay. I'll never forget when we were talking basketball, March Madness conference tournament play. We were talking about teams in the Big Ten. Snowman said, listen, I like the value on Indiana, 40-1, 50-1, even though I had mentioned Indiana was an atrocious team. I respect the shit out of his ball knowledge. I don't know Snowman personally, but he seems like a good dude. I think he does a great job on the streams, and he is a very, very sharp bettor who is somehow continuing to still hit fucking 30-1 parlays in baseball. Kudos to you. Also, I like your first quarter builder. That's great. That's so false. No one was more negative about IU football than me, 2012, 2023. Well, who the fuck has receipts for that? No, I'm just kidding. Tell me about what you like about this Indiana game, because I think they opened 4 or 3.5, and they've been hammered up to 6. However, I don't even know that they're public. This might be all sharp money, smart money, whatever you want to call it. Who knows what? What knows who? That doesn't make any sense. But what's the reason this number getting out of hand here? Like, are we betting on Indiana 4 games into the season when it looks like Mendoza and this offense is getting better? Or are we fading Illinois because they're overhyped? What are we doing?
Weird spot. It's a shame Snowman didn't meet us last year because we were massive Indiana backers.
Massive.
I feel like I had one of the best Indiana reads ever, honestly, last year. And it's because I respect the shit out of Kirk Cignetti, dude. Mm-hmm. And I'm also this year an Illinois backer, and I feel like I got to
stop saying Illinois for the love of fuck.
Sorry. Illinois backer. Illinois backer.
There you go.
Illinois backer. And I feel like I got a big win against Duke, and I'm not expecting to get this win against Indiana. Not at all. I think some things are interesting. Fernando Mendoza's passing line is 30 yards higher than Luke Altmaier's. There's 3 Indiana favors that are minus money to score touchdowns. there's 0 Illinois players that
job.
are minus money to score touchdowns. Indiana's running backs rushing yard is higher, and Indiana's wide receiver one's receiving yard is way higher. Like, Vegas likes Indiana in every single way in this football game. And I don't
They
know.
really
Man.
do.
I think they're going to shut down Illinois. And honestly, I feel like I've lost the value somehow since this was at 3 and now it's at 6.5. I kind of want to take Illinois team total under.
Dawes, we got to show Signetti some respect. Isn't his last name spelled with a C?
Yes, Sigs. Just
Come
like
on, bro.
just like ripping Sigs.
That's a terrible take. DJ, and here's a challenge for you. Name a bigger homer, Kev and Snowman.
Believe it or not, I actually think Snowman wins. Snowman is a homer, dude. You can't get nothing past Snowman. You can't mention like a quarterback that started his career at Indiana and never played a snap there, that's transferred to 6 different schools, and now he's a fucking bag boy at Publix, and Snowman will be like, that's an Indiana guy.
The one thing I will never get out of my head with Kev, though, is when I was talking to him about Michigan last year, and I was like, man, not only you guys lost a lot of talent, but you got Sharon Moore coaching you. And he was like, oh, we'll be fine. That was a bad Michigan team. Real bad. Like Brady Hoke bad. I mean, I know you were over 500.
This is a good point, Jesus.
Oh, that's right. There's a fucking bet again. I can't believe. Talk about a homer. I mean, I know Krabs is a realist and shitting on his school. He's not only going to tell you positive stuff, but going to war with Virginia Tech football is crazy.
Yeah, he I think handled that about as well as you can handle.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, Krabs handled it very well. How dare you shade Xander Damo?
Literally what I'm saying, dude. Who the fuck is that?
Kev easily the biggest homer. Yeah, I was wrong about the QB situation. It's okay. Here's what I'll tell you. I'm not getting involved. This is an awesome game. There are so many things to like about Indiana. You know what? I'll say this. You know how I was thinking, and I paused for 5 seconds, which I'm familiar with you doing every topic, but you realized like, whoa, that's kind of crazy that you're pausing for 5 seconds. I was trying to think of where else I would go.
I read the chat. You were rebooting.
I read the chat. They're in the corner of my fucking eye. Like when I'm driving, I'm going straight, but I got my eye on the rear view. I got my eye on the side mirror. I got my other eye on the side mirror. That's what I do with the chat. You got your eyes way off the road. Anyways, listen, I'm thinking about where else I'd go if we were rich and had a private jet. Okay. I'd go to fucking.
Yeah, there you go. You know what? I'd stop and I'd pick up Snowman on the way.
Is this Blooming? Where are they?
Bloomington? That sounds right. I think
I
that's
don't want
right.
to say Bloomfield.
I don't know.
Not
Bloomfield.
Bloomfield.
Probably.
I'm thinking of Springfield. Bloomington, Illinois.
Indiana.
This seems Indiana, obviously. I said Illinois. Yeah. This seems like a great time. It great game to be boots on ground.
Do they sell alcohol, Snowman?
I fucking hope so.
If they don't, I will not be going.
Some baby bitch stadium.
Probably is, yes.
You've been listening to AB How Much You Want to Go. I don't know what that means. Is that a song?
How much you want to go?
You've been talking about how much you want to go. Oh, a lot of it. Fucking East Coasters. Yeah, I think this game's going to be awesome. However, don't you think in a weird way, when you look at this matchup, you want excitement and you want points. Contrarian bet would be the under, wouldn't it?
Contrarian bet be the under. I like Illinois under.
That's right.
We are respecting, guys. I want to be clear. Midwest people, nicest people on earth.
Oh, seriously. Yeah.
We want to take our fake private jet that we don't own to this game. What's more respectful than that?
Are they saying we're being disrespectful?
Maybe because you don't respect Indiana's home football stadium.
Who just said that?
I don't know. I can't tell.
I didn't disrespect their football stadium. I highlighted Straight Lock's comment. He said some baby bitch stadium. I didn't say that.
Where's Straight Locks from? Where are you from, Straight Locks?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they sell alcohol now, and everyone in there will be 0.10 or higher. I love that. I told you there was a guy at the bodega. I was like, you know what? I haven't had like a good old fucking turkey wrap in a while. Bro, did you see my tweet about the Bills fan? Josh Allen jersey?
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. If you didn't see it, guys, this guy got a sandwich ahead of me, and he got a 12-pack of Stella. And as he walked up to get his Stella and his sandwich, he put an empty Stella that he was drinking outside back in the pack, picked it up in his sandwich, and left. This was at 2:30 in the afternoon. Unbelievable.
Real quick, I just have to tell a story. I went to a Minnesota Vikings game when they played at the college stadium. I don't remember what year it was, and it was awful game. It went to overtime, and I don't know if anybody remembers Jarius Wright for the Vikings, but he scored a game-winning touchdown in overtime.
That is pretty awesome. I remember Jarius Wright. Jarius Wright was never wrong. Let's go to Virginia. Virginia's 15-point favorites against Stanford. Stanford's coming off a massive win, outright 14-point dogs against Boise State. What a brutal schedule for Stanford. They got to go to Hawaii. And I know it's a little bit closer because they're on the West Coast already. But then they go from there after a bye week to fucking Provo. Got to play BYU. Come home to play BC. Now you get all the way over to the West Coast or the East Coast against Virginia. I'll tell you something, Steak. I don't know how you're going to feel about this. I think this line's short.
Yeah.
I think this line is short as fuck. Virginia's had 2 home games. They went to NC State, played a pretty tough game as a 3-point dog, 35-31. I think the consensus is that Virginia's pretty good. Doesn't 15 feel short?
No. I don't think the consensus is Virginia is good. I think that's the consensus amongst us. You know, like I've been pointing out that I think Virginia's pretty good. They play Florida State next week, by the way.
Virginia does?
Friday night.
I'm fucking telling you right now, this line is short and Stanford is covering.
Okay. I'm not going to talk you off it, but Virginia is still a little slept on, in my opinion. I think they're going to compete against Florida State.
I think they probably will too. I think more people like Virginia than you're giving them credit for.
Yeah, I don't know that I agree, but
that's okay.
But it's okay because I still like your play.
All right. Yeah, you could be right. I can't believe Stanford won that game. Unbelievable. All right, let's keep moving. Washington and Washington State. After Washington State just got absolutely fucking pummeled to the ground. Kind of like them.
You know who Washington plays next week?
Or no. Arizona State.
Ohio State at home.
Arizona State. Shut the fuck up. Do they really?
Yeah.
What a cool game for Ohio State to get out of the state of Ohio. You don't really see that very often and go all the way to Washington.
And Washington has a really solid quarterback.
I like him. Demond Williams.
Yep.
Everyone hates Stanford. Yep, that's right.
Stanford, yes.
Popped in at the buzzer. Good morning. Let's have a weekend. You as well, Stex.
Yeah. I'm not calling it a look ahead, Snacks, by any means. Not at all. I was just pointing it out.
Again, it's a rivalry. Yep. Apple Cup. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. The 20.5 at home there is kind of tempting for me for Washington State. They're not good, and they just got their ass kicked buying a team off of a blowout loss. Baylor, Arizona State. Steak, man.
Big one here.
Oof. You're big. Yeah, you're in.
I'm in the fucking thick of this one.
You got over Baylor.
Win the Big 12. Baylor fucking over wins. Arizona State under wins. I need Baylor like motherfucking oxygen here.
You do, and I think you're gonna get it. I'm gonna stay off this game, but I like Baylor. Vandy 28 at home against Georgia State. Could it be a letdown spot? Maybe. Am I fading Diego Pavia? Hell no.
I don't even want to say his name again. Literally,
we're 25% through the college football season. And if I was giving out gold stars and if I was giving out awards, you would get the medal of, I don't know, I'm not going to say honor or freedom because those are actually like real things. And I'm not trying to make a mockery of them. You'd get the medal of ball knowing. Do you know why I'm giving you this?
No.
The Miami Hurricanes.
Oh, Miami Hurricanes. Good start. Got a long way to go.
I just fucking said we're 25% through. I know you got a long way to go.
You want to get excited if they beat Florida, obviously, and then beat Florida State on October 4th. I'll get excited.
Obviously. Can you? Yeah. I'm just talking about right now, for the love of fuck. I just said 25% through the season. Can you just stop right there? Stop right there. I know you hate fucking taking any sort of compliments. Listen, We got Beeve out there fucking saying, oh, nobody's talking about Carson Beck. Bullshit. The only guy I heard talking about Carson Beck was you. This guy's second favorite to win the Heisman right now, plus 750. Look at Mitchell Sherrick giving $10.
Dollars. Let's go. $10 more. Well, $5 each we could put on Carson Beck Heisman.
You know, I don't know how to we have like payments set up on YouTube. I don't know how to get the funds yet. So I got to figure that out. We really need we need like a social media manager or something. I can't figure out fucking TikTok and Twitch and Discord and YouTube, Google Ads, whatever. We'll get there. That's another topic. You're getting the medal.
If you're being sarcastic, J.S. Sparks, verdict's still out on Alabama. Big game against Georgia next week. I just want to say.
Get that. J.S. Sparks, stop that. I think he's probably being sarcastic. Get out of there. Listen.
Flame me if they lose that game, then flame me.
All I'm saying is this. Miami looks really fucking good. Carson Beck looks good. You know he's got the highest completion percentage right now, like 78%.
Yeah. He's a good quarterback.
Listen. This is where he stumbles. This is where Florida, when everybody had Florida in Death Valley, and they probably should have come away with a cover at minimum. DJ Lagway, is he hurt? Is he not? 5 interceptions, terrible. The defense stood up. Billy Napier's an atrocious head coach. Miami just beats the pits out of USF. It was always our betting. Miami, I like the Gators here.
Have a good time, man. Have a good fucking time with Billy fucking Napier and DJ Ugalele Lagway or whatever the fuck you want to call him. I'm so pissed off about this fucking team. I can't believe how bad they are. Can't believe Billy Napier still has a job. I hate this fucking team. I can't even talk about whether or not they're going to cover an 8.5 point spread against their fucking rivals. So exhausted being a Gators fan. It's crazy. And I don't like watching you do that either.
I don't like doing it. I feel like a fucking dork.
Yeah, it looks weird. It's kind of crazy. I've gotten significantly redder in the face since we started talking about the Florida Gators. I fucking hate this team.
I hate the Gators chance. I really did. Like growing up when I went to Tallahassee, I went to Gainesville a handful of times to games because my friends went to those schools. I never went to a Miami Hurricanes game, but I could stand the fucking Gators chants and stuff. Yeah. Come on, Gator, get up and go.
They're like, I get why people wouldn't like the Gators coming from Florida. They're the most uppity. They think they're the best. You know,
yeah.
Like they're the. I get it.
My grandfather, he actually hates. He doesn't like Florida State, but he was a Notre Dame fan, but he kind of fell off the wagon with Notre Dame. He started he loved when Lou Holtz went to South Carolina, but he's more of a country guy. And he said they spill more beer in Tallahassee than they drink in Gainesville. I thought that was kind of a good saying.
That's a great saying.
Yeah. All right.
But we'll go with it.
No, they party in Gainesville. Yeah. I've been to Gainesville. I had a great time in Gainesville.
Yep.
Couple more games here, and then we're gonna wrap it up and shut it down. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us on a Friday. BYU 6.5 on the road against ECU seems a little short. LSU, Southeast Louisiana. Anything here, Steak?
I mean, what a weird spot. Why is Brigham Young going to fucking Eastern Carolina in week 4? Weird game. And Eastern Carolina can't be looked past, that's for sure. BYU's looked good, but yeah, I think it's a weird ass spot.
Look who BYU has next on the road against Colorado.
Yeah, I refuse to call that a look ahead, but do I think ECU should be overlooked here by Brigham Young or gamblers? No, not at all. I kind of like ECU.
I kind of like ECU too. Let's go Pirates. I'm done with Texas. Or whoever said Arch Manning is good should be fired, or not fired, but held accountable.
Sean Beasy wants me to address that since you said the Bucs were a team of destiny. 2 of the starters got hurt. The reason I'm not willing to and I'm going to defend DGen here. Those are bad injuries. Don't get me wrong. But he said that when Tristan Wirfs was already hurt and Chris Godwin was hurt, and they were already considered to be one of the more banged up teams in the NFL. So losing the starting guard does suck. Don't get me wrong. It's a shitty ass injury, but it's just a really injury prone team right now. I'm not gonna blast DGen for that.
Thank you. I'm going to turn the gain up. So you can hear me a little bit, little ASMR. Shkambizi, can you do me a favor? Can you put the microphone or the headphones in your ear a little bit more? Fuck you. Fuck you. How dare you try to fucking slander me with the fucking Bucs injuries? Do me a favor. Get fucked. Motherfucker. Who pulls this stuff out of their ass? Who pulls this stuff out of their ass? DJ, and by the way, I'm just keeping track. Since you said so-and-so, all these fucking players are, what do you think? I got a fucking voodoo doll, you fuckface? And I know you were in the military. Thank you for your service. Get fucked.
Crazy. That's
I
crazy.
got a fucking tally marker of the fucking who's getting injured after I say things about my favorite team.
God,
You
bro.
fuck. Like I'm trying to jinx them.
Tossing a thank you for your service in there is crazy. That was a masterclass. Good. And in W Rage Bait, Sean Beasy.
Did that kill AirPod users, by the way? Because I turned the gain all the way up.
You gave him some warning.
I did. I just want you to know that. No, leave me out of that. Anyways. Oh, and Cornfields can get fucked too with his Ollie Gordon 2 touchdown ticket. Guy doesn't say a fucking peep all week, and then he sends me his fucking tickets playing Ollie Gordon. Don't do that. Don't do that.
All jokes aside, thank you for your service, for real.
Yeah. Thanks for your service. We really appreciate it. All right. All right. Let's get back to business.
W. Sean Beasy.
Colorado. We just talked about it. Look ahead spot potentially with BYU coming into town. They got Wyoming. Wyoming just played pretty tough at home against Utah. UTSA against Colorado State. Anything here, Steak?
Nah, I'll go right to this 11 p.m. insane Michigan State USC game and then be done.
I don't know why somebody said Michigan State is playing 11 p.m. their time. Wait.
No, it's 11 p.m. our time. This game's at 11 p.m.
Oh, yeah. Very weird. That's late. I mean, I could stay up late when I was young, but now you want me to do anything at 11 o'clock? Good luck. Cal 13 on the road against San Diego State. They've been awesome. And USC minus 19 against Michigan State. 56.5. That's a low fucking total.
Yeah, it's a low total. I think USC dog walks. Public square, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think USC absolute dog walks. They had their sleepy game last week against Purdue. They had that long delay. This guy, Aiden Childs, on paper looks a little better than last year, but they're saying he holds the ball longer than any quarterback in FBS. And the defense sucks, just like Special K said, and I think they're going to get fucking torched. I think USC's on a mission.
I do too. Cash Maeva, Heisman. I think that total looks so low. 56. I mean, I'm not saying that Michigan State is like some offensive juggernaut, but they've just scored 41 and 42 points. In USC, like, I understand what they just did in West Lafayette. That's one thing, but brother, at home, they've scored 73 and 59. Both games have gone over.
Yeah.
That's low.
This is a Big Ten game against Michigan State, so it's a little bit different, but I hear you. It's also at 11 p.m. I know it's 8 p.m. their time, but yeah, no, I hear you.
BC is bad, DJ. They lost.
Yeah, BC is bad for sure, but I don't hate the quarterback, Laudergan or whatever. He looks decent, but yeah, BC is bad for sure, really bad.
Yeah. I'm with you. I like USC. I don't like points. Somebody said team total over for USC. No, I don't like that. All right, last one. Hawaii +3 at home against Fresno. Anything?
No, thank you.
All right, let's do a very, very quick recap. We're going to shut it down. It is noon. My laptop's going to die, and I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to out east for a couple days, hanging out with some of my wife's friends. Going to drink some whiskey, rip some cigarettes. That'll be great for my insides. No, it won't. Just kidding.
Are we still doing prop talk?
Yeah. We're going to do prop talk. All right. Oklahoma State and Iowa Rutgers.
I think there's value on Tulsa money line if you want to sprinkle it. I like the over in Iowa Rutgers.
All right. I like Iowa team total over tonight. TCU SMU, we are on the under. Lean TCU. Arkansas Memphis, you said you like Memphis, right?
Yep.
Army North Texas, we are on Army official newsletter play. Wisconsin State likes the Badgers, kind of with them.
As a line read. That's it.
Yep. UNLV, Miami of Ohio, weird spot. I like Miami of Ohio. Go Red Hawks. Nothing in Louisville. We differ on Utah, Texas Tech. I like Texas Tech. Steak likes Utah. I think we both lean under there.
Yeah. I like under more than anything.
I like Syracuse with the points. Fuck Dabo. Fuck Clemson. No bouncing back with that dog shit team. I'd lean UAB against Tennessee.
I'd lean Tennessee.
I love the under in Oregon. It's going to be a play. It's going to be on my card.
So do I.
I'd say UCF for nothing, but I'm not going to touch it.
Yep. Same exact thing.
I like Auburn. You like Oklahoma?
I think you nailed it when you said at 2:30 p.m. I'll have a bet I love, but as of right now, I got nothing. Sorry.
Okay. I like Michigan. I think I like the over more.
Yeah, I like Nebraska.
Okay. Like Notre Dame team total. You like Ole Miss in a dog walking. I lean Tulane a little bit, but I like the under.
Yeah, Ole Miss by murder.
Okay. Fuck Duke. You like Duke. I like NC State, but I like the under.
I like Duke.
Okay. Temple for me. I know you're breaking, not bending in that one.
Support you as a friend.
Thank you. We both like Kansas. We're gonna be on Kansas official play. You like Missouri? I'm not going to touch that game.
Yep, I like Missouri.
You like Illinois team total under? I'm with you. I think that's a lower total. I think we get a grinded out game when we're hoping for fireworks. I think that Virginia line's short, and they got a big team coming in on deck, so that'll be a potential look ahead spot. We're hoping it's Baylor. I like Baylor. You're invested, so go Baylor. I think I like Washington State a little bit. I'm going to be on Florida. Fuck it. Everybody's a week early on Florida. That's what I say. Miami
Every week, everybody's a week early on Florida. Fuck you.
That's a good point. No, you're right. You're right. That's a good point. Like Wyoming. It's Colorado. And Steak likes USC and a dog walk.
Yep.
All right. Steak, have a great weekend. I'll chat with you guys. We're off tomorrow. Prop Talk Sunday morning, 9 a.m. See ya. Somebody said raid Book It. Book It's on early. A sure thing, brother. Where are they? Let me just make sure. Yes, they are. All right, cool. Head on over to Book It. Say what's up to I don't know. Is it Behind the Lines or is it Trent? Well, we'll find out. Book It Sports. All right, I gotta run out. I gotta get some things before I leave and pack up. So I'll be on the road an hour and a half. Not that you guys really give a fuck. I don't even know why I'm telling you all this. But anyways, have a great day. Good luck on all your wagers. Enjoy your weekend. Be responsible. Bet responsibly. And thank you as always for the support. All right. We'll chat with you guys Sunday morning for Prop Talk.